Hello. Tournament starting soon. And what will we be doing today? I am gonna be trying to get a 100% win rate. That's the plan. We actually got a donation request to go full sweat lord. So we're gonna be redeeming that dedicated stream today. Should be fun. Gonna be pulling out all the stops. Gotta see if we actually still got the works, because I've been barely losing 2-minute tournaments lately. Far too many. We're gonna remedy that. And this tournament will be starting in 1 minute. Looks like we got Sirika, Berserk, Attack Speed Enjoyer, Potatoes Devil. Okay, nice. No Charks, no Danican. Easy day today. Super duper easy. Alright. So let's go ahead and generate the bracket as soon as we hit 101. Yeah, we're gonna play Wood Elves. In this case, chat's donating to try and bring up my win rate, unless I get wrecked today. We'll see. Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. In this pick ban format, they might ban my Slanesh though. We'll have to see. We will see. At Goblins, round 1. And we're up against Winterwind. Yo, yo. Winterwind is a very strong player. So we will see how this pans out. They do like playing Tzeentch. They like playing Tzeentch. I think they like playing... All I know is they like playing Tzeentch. That's it. Alright. So Slanesh, Empire, and Wood Elves. Alright. If they're playing Tzeentch, Empire is good. Empire is good versus Tzeentch. What else is good versus Tzeentch? I need something that can actually get some good pickings. You can go heavy on the armor. Like, preferably all my factions just hard counter Tzeentch. Oh, Kislev's not the worst. Okay, yeah, Demons of Chaos and Tzeentch. I went Empire and Kislev, so that's actually pretty good. If my third faction can counter all 3 of them, we're set. But what counters Demons of Chaos and Tzeentch? What even? I'm looking around. I really don't know. Maybe I go... Jeez. I'm insane. Okay, I picked Discount Wood Elves and went for High Elves, which is not bad versus Tzeentch. His last pick was Warriors of Chaos. Okay, yeah, I know this guy's playstyle for sure. Yeah, let's ban the Chaos. He's probably gonna go Demons of Chaos and we'll be fine. BTT, what's up? Thank you very much for the 5 members. Service. Holy crap. He banned Makislev. Makes sense. It's gonna be Empire versus Tzeentch. Empire versus Demons of Chaos. At your service. What would I rather face? Tzeentch is kind of spooky. They have a lot of armor. Demons don't have a lot of armor. Service. Let's do this. Thank you so much. Oh boy. Yeah, I can feel the stress already, man. Okay, so it's gonna be High Elves. It's gonna be High Elves, which I actually feel like are a pretty strong faction. So that alert's just gonna keep going. Yeah, I feel like high elves they're basically wood elves. Ban, what do we want to play on? Rift at World's Edge, Haunted Vale. I'll ban Itza. Oh boy. I learned too much from you not to help. Thank you, man. I'm happy to be useful. Alright. So high elves versus demons of chaos. One of the great things about this is that demons of chaos don't have a lot of armor, which definitely is useful. How's it going? It's going pretty well. We banned Itza, so it shouldn't be too hard to just get like a basic kite game going, right? In theory, that's all I really need to do. Watch me just lose my first game. That would be embarrassing. Alright. Demons of Chaos. What are their main threats? Changebringers, Blues, Pinks, Bloodletters, Fiends, Lord Snipe. Yes. Yes, I do really like Lord Snipe. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that we gotta be wary of. Other than that, though, we're pretty fine. Want to play Rift at World's Edge. Very nice large map. Oh, I forgot to change my thumbnail. What's Emp? It's Empire, son. It's Empire. Alright, here we go. Phoenix Cheese. Against Zinch, Phoenixes do have that fire resist 40%. Although he's playing Demons of Chaos, so no guarantee of that. At least I don't have him a lot of armor, so I know my cavalry generally should be pretty fine here. My cavalry should have a field day. Yeah, and we just gotta make sure that we just kill him, right? Win more Arcane Phoenix. Eventually. I might even whip them out today. Keep an eye out. Thank you very much for the Swedish corner, by the way. Thank you very much. Oh, whoops. Sorry, Twitch chat. I accidentally had Turin's Twitch chat because I raided him the other day. So I wasn't able to see my Twitch chat until until someone subbed. Thank you very much for the sub. Oh, jeez. Sorry. Or, you know, was it a Twitch sub? I'm not sure. Anyways, happy to have you here, guys. What's up? Ethan Wolf, Noble Naldor, Immediate Angler. Yo, I tried playing greenskins the other day. I went 3-2. I don't know how I feel about greenskins. They feel kind of suck. Is it just me? Or are they hot garbage? I don't know, man. I just really don't know how to make them work. Lord wise, what do I want? If he's playing Demons of Chaos, or it's in the usual levels of Twitch chat neglect. Let's see here. You know, I could go for this. Ooh, wait. If he's playing Demons of Chaos, I should definitely do some of this business. Oh, hell yeah. Then we do some of this, and then we take spell wise. I should run this for sure. And this is a fine enough kit. Unit wise, what do I want? Rangers are kind of weird into Demons of Chaos. Don't really know how I feel about Rangers in this case. So I'm gonna have to be wary of Fiends and such. Your Fireborn have 35% fire resist. That's pretty high. Pretty high. Wood Elf, so you intend to win today? Yeah, High Elf's not on the list, but I should have picked Wood Elves. I kind of panicked. I am allowed to take other factions though to try and counterpick, and in this case, High Elves I think is more comfortable versus Demons of Chaos than Wood Elves, because they have so much magic damage to get through the physical resist of your Wood Elf cavalry. But High Elf cavalry is armored, which can do pretty well into something like the Demons of Chaos. So that's the play. That's the play that we're going for. Are there any other units that I want? I feel like I'm almost running out of units here. Which is a crazy thought, but I actually don't really know what I am supposed to take. Let's see here. I actually don't really know what I want. He's ready. Oh, that's terrifying. Okay, what if I take 2 of those? And then 1 of these. 85 gold, too much. What a ripoff. I guess I don't really need this. Oh man, I don't know why I feel so nervous today, man. Dude, the adrenaline is just pumping. Alright, here we go. Let's change our banner real quick. I know you guys like that. Let's go Etane. Alright, here we go. Oh boy, jeez. Oh, he likes going super elite. Okay, should be screwed then. I'm going for the usual kite high elves. Who would have guessed? Cav Max, kite? What am I? Intensity. Yo, you think he's going to go for the Marauder sacrifice at the beginning? If he does, I'm just gonna capture all the points. Is a bug you want to check? What is it? Alright, here we go. 100% win rate. I'm playing this almost like it's a grand finals. We're sweat lording it. Gotta get some wins. Alright. So here's the play. Nice and simple. Cav Max, kite. Got some Shadow Warriors in reserve. Ready, good luck, have fun. Alright, here we go. He has 9 units. Indeed. Looks like he's going pretty elite. Jeez, I can feel the adrenaline pumping. It's crazy. Oh, maybe I'm just cold. Need a blanket. Oh man, freaking out. That's how you know we're sweat lording it today. Bundling up. Alright, here we go. One of you Tomb Kings cav maxing? Dude, they have like no cav. Alright, here we go. Hellforged Bellows. Exalted Keeper of Secrets of Shadows. Overall, nothing too spooky. I guess I wasn't really ready for the Hellforged Bellows, but I think we'll live. This is obviously a game where we will want to kite.
At your service.
He has a couple doggos, whatevs. Now, Hellforged Bellows will get value. There's almost no way to avoid it. Oh my gosh, BTT, another 5 memberships? Holy crap, thank you so much, man. But the idea here is we can out DPS the Hellforged Bellows. And also maybe bully his lord too. Gotta make sure I don't get rampaged here into oblivion. But yeah, I can kind of just ignore this thing. Yeah, he wants to rampage me. Thank you very much again for those memberships. All right, we're just gonna go here. We're gonna play keep away. We're gonna get a little bit of damage in. We're just going to, you know, just harry him. Make sure the bellows don't get too much value and all that, right? Shouldn't be too hard to kill a couple plague bearers over here. Either. There we go. We just give him a charge. As long as I keep cycle charging here, I think I'm okay. Looks like he's gonna be spamming the Malkoths. Okay. Whoops, gotta be a little careful here. But yeah, with some Shadow Warriors, I should be okay. So there's the rampage. He's gonna catch, oh crap, the Dragon Princes. Wow, that's bad. That ain't good, son. That ain't very good. All right. So he catches out the Dragon Princes and he routes him off. Brutal. What have I gone for it? Not much. Could have gone for his Hellforge Bellows. But, yeah, unfortunately, we just straight up lost a whole Dragon Prince. Wowza. Now, that's obviously pretty bad. But it's not the end of the world. We got a solid kitening going on. I'll be able to get a lot of skirmish damage. Don't mind the value. We're more ahead than you might expect. Those are Seekers of Slaanesh, which we should be able to save my guys from. Dang, that's slow. Kind of brutal, though. Alright, there we go. Alarielle can deal with that. He gets a Pit of Shades. Alright. Hopefully Alarielle can kill the Bellows. Because the Pit of Shades was indeed pretty painful. Not the best of engagements I've ever had in my life. Alarielle kind of suffering too, I'm not gonna lie. But I could probably kill off the Seekers at least. And we get a pretty nice Tempest on his Furies. Of course, my Skirmish Cavalry over here is doing just fine too. We just gotta kill off these, these here Seekers, right? Keep on skirmishing, kill off his Lord maybe. If I kill his Lord, that would be insanely good for us. They're already getting pretty low, which is nice. But yeah, we're gonna have to be a little careful here about this particular situation, because I think he's trying to get into position to rampage my Lord, which I do not very much appreciate. Ah, crap. He got the net. He got the net. Army ability. So yeah, he's going to rampage Alarielle then. Crap, that's not good. That ain't good at all. There's the rampage. Oh, she's still netted though. That's hilarious. Okay, not as bad as one might expect then. A lot of his Seekers will disintegrate. And then Alarielle's rampage should wear off at about the same time the net does. Ah, hell yeah. All right, you know what? Not the worst. Not the worst. We live to see another day. Let's keep the kite going. Keep on skirmishing. As we, let's see here. We're going to get an Arcane Forging on this fool. As soon as I kill off that Lord, I think we're fine mostly. Most of his units are beginning to disintegrate, which is very important. And then I think just a slow wear down of Kite will eventually win it for us. Especially with that Lord taking so much blooded damage. You know what? Let's just yeah, enjoy the heal for a little bit. In the meantime, their Lord is almost dead. I think it'll really only take one more Arcane on Forging. And as you can see, he's rapidly beginning to run out of units, which is exactly what we like to see. The value play is coming back in our favor. Everything's going up in Ticity. As yeah, his Lord just has to book it. And without Lord support, oh my goodness, it's going to be a rough time for my opponent. Alarielle here, just chilling, having the time of her life. We'll have to run away from that Seeker of Slaanesh though, but it does cost 1,000 gold. It is no cheap unit. Let's see if we can get a charge on it here. There we go. Looks like he's gonna have to try and get away from that. Nice. As long as I can hold one of these points, we're sitting fairly comfortable. And then the Hellforge Bellows, it's almost out of ammunition finally. And that'll be a big turning point for us as soon as it's out of ammo. Hopefully I can get a little bit of damage on it too. That way, when he desummons it, it won't be able to stick around and be problematic. Oh crap, Alarielle needs to book it. Thankfully, she's pretty fast. There we go. There's the Arcane on Forging. There's a huge volley from my way stalker dudes. And then as soon as that Lord is dead, then I believe we win this. Now that his Hellforge Bell is out of ammunition, I can bring in the big boys too. Get the mega artillery. I mean the mega cavalry. The fireborn. Magic damage, armor piercing cav, the great. His lord's one arcane unforging away from dying too. So we are very nearly there. Very, very nearly. I just have to commit these fireborn onto those seekers. And then I should be in the clear, though definitely a scary game indeed. Get him, fireborn. I almost have another arcane unforging. That'll be huge. He tries to get a pit of shades on me. We can dodge it though. Thank goodness. Whew. Very spooky indeed. Very spooky indeed. Okay, there we go. I can actually pile on in here and use my my heal to save my dudes. Flesh hounds are not a big issue. And there's the heal. So that's gonna patch up just about everyone. As we sit in this here blob. We commit the fireborn to the Seekers of Slaanesh. And then as soon as he gets in range, he's gonna get arcane unforging, and then we're good. There we go. All right, so that should be his lord dead now. All things going well. There we go. Nice. Lots of crumbling. Alarielle gives magic attacks, by the way, to all of her friendlies. Arcane unforging slowly ticking down, and once that lord is dead, man, these seekers will disintegrate, and victory shall be ours. Oh man, love to see it. Love to see it, man. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's all about just cleaning up now. But he's run out of units. We weathered the storm. We kept Alarielle alive. Him summoning in Furies too really screwed him over. Dude, Alarielle's a beast, man. Ever since I saw Charix play Alarielle, this is... I've been inspired. I've been inspired, man. Alarielle gets so much work done. But yeah, Demons of Chaos without their lord is really bad because leadership penalties hurt way more for the faction. They kind of need a lot of leadership because of crumbling damages so quickly. As you can see here, he's losing a lot of stuff. Oh, hitting my dragon princes though. Let's heal him up. There we go. And then yeah, it makes the cleanup phase way simpler. What is that? Just a Seeker of Slaanesh, not a big deal. I still have these archers and such. All right. I will say though, it's certainly a spooky game. All right, we're gonna use these guys to tank for the Fireborn, Charix style. And then I guess I'll just save up for Dragon Princes. And yeah, this went very well despite losing out earlier. My Dragon Princes, just because the kite is so powerful. Very nice. And that's a huge Fireborn charge on the Seekers, so they're gonna lose a lot of boys trying to escape from that. Now just trying to summon in Furies, who are not especially good at capturing points. There you go, the mighty Fireborn. Cook him alive. Alarielle's killed the cannon. He has no lord still. And a pretty solid first game, I'd say. He is fighting in the forest here, though. I gotta be a little careful because the Seekers have Strider, but in general, we should be fine. How much value did this thing get? 2,200, pretty good. But one Hellforge Bellows is just not enough, really, right? To win this. It's just not really enough. Whoop. Let's charge those Seekers. Let's get another heal in there. It is still a little spooky. I still have to actually capture these points. There we go. Those guys are gone. Bellows is gone. Okay, yeah, we should be good. Although I shouldn't get comfortable, right? If we're try-harding, I should never get comfortable. Go all in. There you go. Point's almost done. Seekers of Slaanesh are not really doing too well over here. And there's our capture points. Hell yeah. Thingamajig down. Yeah, this Boon of Isha gives ITP and magic attacks to everything. So like, because all the demons basically have no armor, you just... It's like the high elf heaven, man. High elves versus demons of chaos is just amazing. And this is good. We use our knowledge that our opponent likes to play demons of chaos and Tzeentch and those type of factions. And we use that to our advantage to get a very strong matchup for ourselves, which is what we want to do. Also, yeah, this is all cavalry fights. But high elves trade really well into unarmored cavalry. It's like high elf heaven, man. Whew. It's a Lore of Light passive, but better. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I could just take the Lore of Light passive. It did get buffed. Alright, now it looks like he's just trying to mass up. As long as he doesn't capture it anytime soon, I'm good. I don't really have to summon in units just yet. I can reactively summon them in to make sure that I get better positioning and engagements going. So that should be fine. Yeah, you see this, right? He summons a unit of flesh hounds. Counter it with the cav summon. Immediately. Thought you might be playing Norska after yesterday. Dude, that Norska dumpster and greenskin so hard was quite something. I do wonder about if I should just really learn Norska, because it seems like they're kind of sick. Seems like they're kind of amazing. If they really are just the best melee faction in the game, I'd be kind of crazy not to learn them, right? I do think they're really weak to kite, though. Maybe not as weak as other melee factions, but certainly not. Also, dang, look at that charge against the Flesh Hounds. Holy crap. But yeah, Norska is, I believe, decent against kite because they have a lot of slows, but they could still get shot up to death. Like, I think an Empire War Wagon kite just destroys Norska. So I'm kind of more interested in learning how to play like the high elves and all that business more so than good old Norska. But at some point I do want to learn them. At some point eventually. So man, Lord sniping demons of chaos in Slaanesh, always a treat. Thank goodness I took Arcane on Forging. Oh, a lot of these spells are just utility spells, but they gave Alariel ludicrous value. Which means game number 1's gonna be done. Huzzah! Good stuff. Alright. High Elves versus Demons of Chaos. High Elves win. Solid. Very solid. Oh my gosh, Craftier. Check your Discord, I have a surprise.
King.
Oh, hell yeah.
Check your Discord, I have a surprise.
Yo, is it more art? Oh dang, what the crap, man? Yo, that's so sick. Holy crap, man. Yo, let me show this off. Let's see here. Let me show this off. Dang. And you got Jimmy. Let's see here. Holy crap, that is a detailed picture, man. Yo, that's so good. Let's get rid of that. And then let's where is it at? Sorry, it's taking me a second finding that thing. Yeah. Yeah, yo, look at this. Yo, that's sick. It's me. It's me. Oh my gosh. Intensity anime arc. Alright, yo, I'll leave that up while I check values. Yo, 3,000 on L'Oreal, hell yeah. Hey, the Dragon Prince I suicided got its value back on the resummon. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, man. Yo, that's sick. I can use that as the army blocker for today. I might need to stretch it a bit though. Wide intensity. What if I just put it right here? That should be good enough. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yo, that is some real good art. Yo, how long did it take you to make it? Oh, the crown. Is that a kraken? Is that a kraken on the crown? I think it is. Yo, sick, man. Yo, what's going on in the back though? What's the party? It ain't my birthday. What's going on in the bottom left? I don't know. There's just I think that's it. Oh yeah, that is a cape. That's like a cloak with like a kraken and a skull. Love it, man. Oh my goodness. You have some social media for art? Oh yeah, that's true. Do you have a social media, Crafter? Send it my way. I might want to put this on Instagram, and then I can send people. I can send people. Took 2 days. Holy crap! Is that the Nautilus flag? Oh, it might be. Ah, hell yeah, man. You'd rather not show it? Oh, okay. I will leave it private then, for stream purposes only. I need one of him screaming, "No, my lord is gone." Oh my gosh. The exposure. You know, sometimes people just do art for the sake of art. Whoa, what the? We have a new player that I haven't seen before. Wirtz the Lizard from Itza, Son of the Mountain. Longest name I've ever seen. It's a Luther Harkin flag? Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Vampire Coast Cape. Everybody getting it wrong. Everybody getting it wrong. Let's see here. How accurate is it? If I go here. The Blessed Dread. Oh, does he have it on his cape? Let me see. Let me see if he used Luther or Lokir Fellheart as reference. Also, one more match and then we got next game. Being able to beat Winterwind fairly decisively is a good sign though. It wasn't like a devastating loss for him, but we were able to creep up even with a misplay just by faction advantage. Oh wait, no, it's, oh yeah, no, it's Luther. Oh no, it is Vampire Coast. Holy crap, yo, I'm going crazy, man. I'm going insane. Wrong faction. Oh boy, what is going on? I think the adrenaline's wearing off. Feeling sleepy. Yes. Luther Harkin. The Awakened. Yes. Oh, okay, this makes sense. Jeez, what am I doing, man? What am I doing? And trying to make me look bad? Whoops. I'm sorry, Noble. I'm sorry, chat. I failed you. I'm undeserving of the Kraken King title. All right, let's take a look at this. We can do it for comparison. So if you take a look at Luther's cape. Ah, yeah, there it is. Ah, come on, stop freaking out, man. Yeah, so if you look at that cape, right, you see the skull with the tentacles sticking out. And then if you go here, you can see same thing, right? Yeah. Ah, hell yeah. All right, we got there. We got there. We got there. Oh my gosh, jeez. Oh, yo, in other news, I've been playing some Elden Ring lately. I don't know why this was related, but I feel like it was related. Regardless, yo, I finally beat Melania. I finally sat down and finished off that part of the game. I'm gonna be playing the DLC soon. Yo, I heard apparently the DLC lords, the DLC bosses are harder, right? I'm so excited. I am very excited for that. You better win this tourney. Oh yeah, for sure, man. How many tries? Like a million. This was like a multi-session effort. This was at least like 10 sessions, I feel. Honestly, fight was very fun. Yo, Elden Ring's amazing, man. But yeah, no, Melania's such a beast. Dude, her attacks are so fast. Yo, eventually I learned how to parry her though, so that was great. Elden Ring makes you really salty. I get it. I've been conditioned to be unsaltable. But yeah, yo, parrying her feels so hype. Oh my gosh, I love parrying. Win it with Cathay for Karavdir. If I can actually give Cathay some good matchups. Like if I have to face greenskins in the grand finals, Cathay would be great. But we're financially obligated to go full try hard today. I can get a Cathay win later though. And I did get one the other day on Turin stream. That was pretty hype. Cathay's like legitimately very strong with the Moonbird build. You guys want to see it? The Moonbird build that I cooked up is this one. This build's insane. So you bring in this dude with Celestial Sweep and Brass Cleaver. He has Fearsome Roar, which removes ITP -8 leadership. So this is your Terror Bomb. And then you have 6 free casts of Mega Pit of Shades. That's slightly smaller, but still. Essentially Pit of Shades. So you can just delete units with this. Alright, nice. Advancing the Swiss. Goblins round 2. And who are we facing? Attack Speed Enjoyer. Yo yo. Alright, here we go. Full try hard today. So ready for this. I'm locked in, ready to go. Alright, so Attack Speed Enjoyer likes to play Wood Elves. So what factions will be best against them? Like Slaanesh is probably fine. Slaanesh is good. Empire versus Wood Elves is not a matchup I'm super comfortable with. I need him to pick Wood Elves and then like to bait out 3 hard counters against them. I think I know what I want. I think I want this. Slaanesh has to still be good against Wood Elves, right? Actually, no. Slaanesh is actually kind of disadvantaged against Wood Elves, right? I should probably take yeah, I should probably take this. What are his 2 factions? Wood Elves and Beastmen, nice. So we knew exactly what he was gonna run. which means essentially what I can do is I can finish off with Petunia, and then it'll probably end up being Wood Elves versus High Elves. So he has Wood Elves, Beastmen, Ogres. I have High Elves, Kislev, Petunia. I'm gonna get rid of Ogre Kingdoms, because screw that business. He gets rid of Kislev, who would have guessed. And then it's Beastmen, which I'll happily get rid of so he can face his Wood Elves. Yeah, you're the bird, Micro. Assert dominance and go for the Wood Elf mirror. Nah, High Elf mirror. High Elf versus Wood Elves is fine enough. I kind of like it, like playing the matchup from both sides, honestly, but he bans High Elves, leaves Petunia up like a mad lad. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to stretch this image just a little bit. Sure, it's fine. Pa-pa. And just a little stretched. Just a little stretched. All right, so we're playing Petunia versus Wood Elves. This should be, in theory, a very favored matchup for us. It's going to be slightly map dependent. But the thing about Petunia is they just have a lot of magic damage cavalry, right? Fun to see that he banned the High Elves, though. That's pretty jokes. Lord-wise, what do I want? I think probably this. Yeah, he'll probably have a lot of Eternal Guard and the like. So he bans Hashut's Oil Fields. Okay. Let's play Creeping Swamp. Let's play Swamp. This is good, though. This is very good. We can kind of hard counter people's factions by just knowing what they might decide to go for. So, very important thing. We must make sure that he doesn't kite mid to death. You can absolutely just pull a hard kite, and that would make things a little awkward. I could go Cav Max, but if he's ready for a Cav Max, I can't just commit. I can't just YOLO in, otherwise potentially we just insta die. Not a very nice way to go. Let's see. He's probably gonna, so he could go for like an infantry heavy build with double Dryad and just Melkoth spam my cavalry. That would be very annoying. It's almost unavoidable though, right? You're just gonna eat Melkoths. Grail Relic Chevrons. So on Creeping Swamp, I feel like I haven't played on this map in ages. Oh, I think I know what map this is. This could actually be a little awkward. He will have a forest, which changes things a little bit. He'll have a lot of cavalry. Could have them Dryads, like I mentioned. Battle Pilgrims. Oh yeah, did he get buffed? Silver Shielded Battle Pilgrims. Oh, that's insane. Yeah, yo, that's so hype. Let's see. Yeah, that's real hype. Man just needs something to fight his cavalry off. Or maybe I just do this. Seems fine enough to me. In reserve, I can go take some of these guys. Okay, I definitely want that. The question is, do I want Grail Knights? Grail Knights is asking to get Mel cost, but they have magic damage, anti-large. Like, they should just dumpster Wild Riders. Gotta be at least a 1-of, right? And then I just need a little something something for his light cavalry. And then I believe we are sitting fairly comfortable with this here composition. Let's do it. There's a few things that I worry about running this build, but generally I feel like we have a good amount of oomph. We have a good amount of play here. I think I probably will get rid of those actually, so that I can get one more of these. Okay, now I have a build. Should I bring Gochuk and Felix to fight the Dryads? Royal Pegasus Knights also have magic damage? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, if it wasn't for Melkoths, I'd be so tempted. Zotes incoming, the Dread Zotes. At least they seem okay nowadays. Still pretty jank overall, but at least playable. So, let's see here. Yeah, this should be a fairly good build that I got going on right here. It's nothing crazy. Generally, this is a good matchup, so I shouldn't try to skew build it. I should be able to cover many bases and many different play styles that he decides to chuck out here. Ulrika plus dwarves win maxing. Well, you can't take Ulrika with dwarves, but don't forget the blessed trebuchet. The forbidden tech. Forbidden because it sucks. Yo, blessed trebuchets. Oh, how I wish they were slightly cheaper. Oh my gosh. I wish we would actually see some like proper trebuchet builds. Usually they're just there because they're an artillery piece. But like, you know, it's never like the trebuchet doesn't feel like it's a dominating tool, you know? You take it because it fills the role, not because you actually will feel powerful using it. I don't think I've ever been like, wow, look at that treb. Actually, maybe once. Maybe once when I saw a trebuchet take out some Demogryph Knights. Yoink a Doom Diver Catapult and load it with peasants. Is that possible? Do the Fanatics mushrooms work on peasants? What if just some normal person eats a Fanatic mushroom? Now I wonder. Alright. So idea is simple here. I did remember a caster, by the way. You guys don't have to worry about that. Idea is very simple. Have a chunky front line. If he goes for double branch wraith, I summon in archers to give him fewer targets to cast Melkoths on. If he goes for, also yeah, I have a Damsel of Life. I think she has Awakening of the Wood and Regrowth. But yeah, so that's plan A. If he has stuff that can deal with the archers, then I can opt for plan B. Skirmish with these guys and just fight them up real well. And if I gotta rush them for whatever reason, we do have some cavalry. But the reason this army is pretty safe is because nothing here is vulnerable, really. The only downside is that it might not be optimal versus his army. But at the very least, This should ensure that we don't just lose out the get-go. That's the plan. That's the plan. We got some pox arrows here, some fire arrows, some normal arrows. Yeah. Kind of terrified though. I assume he's going to have... he might not have a lot of vanguards. But spending 2,000 gold on mounted yeoman doesn't feel the greatest. But, like I said, very cheap, hard to punish, and a possibility to get a lot of value. If he's not in the right place to defend his ranged. In this case, he went for a mass Glade Guard build. So this tells me I probably don't need more ranged. I'm very incentivized to go for just a big rush then. He has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2 units stealthed and parked away somewhere. He has a Malkoth's caster. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Alright, but here's the idea, right? I just want to park over here with my infantry and just give them a hard time. Alberic can probably be a little annoying too. At the very least, we can make him waste a couple arrows. But he has so many archers here that a full rush is super warranted. We do get that capture point, hell yeah. And these yeomen are going to be very nice to just harry him and make his push just that little bit slower. Now he doesn't have a lot of cavalry, and we probably want to overwhelm here. In fact, he gets War Dancer Azrai spears, which is kind of a crazy thought. But there you go. Yeah, straight up goes for War Dancers. So I really don't need something as elite as this Grail Knight unit here. I'd rather just get some cavalry going. So that's what we're gonna do. Crap, did he just get a sick volley off on my yeoman? I think he did. Kind of unfortunate. It's a 500 gold loss. Now he is slightly out of position here. What's he gonna do though? I'm asking him to push into this point. I'm gonna go for a hard flank like this. It exposes my guys to cavalry a little bit more, but because I fancy myself being in a cavalry advantage, I'm actually kind of fine just chilling in such a precarious situation, because I don't really have ranged infantry that's going to get overwhelmed here, right? It also exposes his flank in case I decide to summon in more cavalry. All's well in the hood. In the meantime, we continue to skirmish. And yeah, you can see this positioning is kind of bad for him, right? He's kind of exposed. Whereas for me, we have much less to worry about. I still have to be a little wary though. So he's kind of out of position, and he's pushed up far enough now where I think I can just advance. This is going to be a scary match though. Okay, yeah, no, he's just pivoting now. So he's fixing up his lines. We don't want to engage that then. We don't want to engage it. We want to play time. Chill, relax a little bit. Maybe use Alberic to just get his archers a bit tired before the actual main fight begins. And then hopefully just outflank him. Because in this situation, a flank would be devastating for him. Many of his archers are using a lot of ammunition here. And he's even decided to donate a unit of spears. How wonderful. So now we go for the big play. Now we go for it. As things are starting to get more and more out of position, we can just pile driver in. Alberic's going to try and burn their initial volleys so that my boys can get in here just a little bit more efficiently. We're going to summon in our cavalry. Force them back, hopefully. And then we can hopefully get a few picks here. Because a lot of these archers are just pivoting, right? That means that they're not actually shooting. So I should be able to, like, kill these dudes, for example. Grail Relique getting in there. Alright, should be able to get a pretty sick cav charge. These guys should go down. He gets some Elcots, but it shall not be enough. And now we're really starting to get in there, right? So that's a massive charge of the cavalry. He's going to bring in a couple Wild Riders, but I have so much infantry here that I should be able to just play keep away from them. In the meantime, we ravage his back lines. Maybe get a couple Wind Blast abilities over there. Why not? Get our Battle Pilgrims in there. Very nice. We're just kind of working away at his forces here. Alberic should be able to win this fight versus the Wild Riders. Here comes the caster. Kind of far, but it's okay. There you go. That's a pretty nice cav charge. All right. And it's just all about keeping up the pressure. Keeping our forces just piling on in. Making sure that we are punishing him for his transgressions against us. And making sure that he doesn't get too many nasty shots and or charges on me. As long as we keep these forces running, I think we're sitting fairly comfortable. Let's get Alberic in there. As it stands, I'm not really liking how the fight's playing out that much. There's a few things that are going well, but there's a few things that are certainly kind of sus. Like Alberic's getting focus fire. That's not good. At the very least, I should be able to bully those wild hunters. Alberic takes up into the skies where he can continue to distract. Pilgrims are doing okay. Cavalry's doing okay. I kind of really need more cavalry, though. Not the best of situations. Oh, some of my cavalry do get in there, though. And Alberic can actually just dive on in. You know, maybe if I summon in the yeoman just to have something here to chase off his dudes will be okay. It's mostly going to depend on how these battle pilgrims fight, though. And how Alberic manages to survive this engagement. Because there's certainly many dudes here. He might be winning this, actually. Alberic's kind of getting caught. I will be able to disengage with him. It looks like he does actually manage to win that fight. I lose my caster too to a couple Zotes. Oh, that ain't good. Ooh, that ain't good at all. Maybe I should have taken a trebuchet. Crap. All right. Yeah, dude, this is actually getting real bad. This is getting real bad. Almost wish I had a million knights errant. But yeah, I think he just I just didn't have enough to rush him down. I think the yeomen were a bad idea. If I had taken some proper cavalry, I think we could have won that. Dang. All right, now technically we win on 1 point, right? So I could try to disengage and maybe get like some archer units here, get a Grail Knight or something, and then take advantage of the fact that many of his forces are in disarray. I guess that's my only out. Unfortunately, Alberic is getting focus fired. We're definitely gonna lose some boys over there. Alberic looks like he may barely rally. Okay, that's good. He does have some Wild Riders. I don't got no Grail Knights. Dang. Yeah, I think I don't really like the yeoman. Should have gone for a should have gone for something else. Well, a good lesson. What's the plan behind the Peasant Tide? Hopefully just overrunning them. The Battle Pilgrims felt like they were okay. I don't know if I actually feel like they were super useful this game. At least this fight should go pretty well. That's a good Wild Rider pick. Like I said, oh no, okay, we barely lose. We barely lose on a double cap. Good to know. And Alberic might even die here. Dang, no, he stabilizes. Okay, that's good. Come on, Alberic. Come on, Alberic. Live. We're gonna need a caster in here soon. At least we have the super elite Grail Knights here. They should be able to put a lot of work on them. And we have our caster back. Beautiful. All right. We're gonna see if these Grail Knights can hard cook here. They're gonna have a lot of Wild Riders to deal with. In fact, it's already a 2v1, which is a very bad place to be. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna pull back from that position. I have no intention of getting murdered there. Let's get rid of this dude. Enjoy our heals. And then I'll figure something out. So certainly not the greatest of positions though. There's still a Zote over here too. Dang. Let's see. Yeah, I really wish I just had a million Knights Errant to jump all his archers. This map was also bad for me because of the forest. Should have played around that a little bit smarter. At the very least, I can get a little bit of a position going. Maybe I can threaten this point. Threaten some captures. Let's see if we can get him into like an awkward position, maybe. Maybe bring in some more cavalry to support my dudes. His archers, yeah, they are kind of out of position, those archers. But I'm gonna need to like overrun his army soon. And that's no simple task. But at the very least, looks like we can get in here. I just kind of hope that he doesn't have a lot of Wild Riders he can bring onto the battlefield. Many of his archers don't have a whole lot of ammunition either. So that part's pretty hype. So there's a slow actually. And they summoned some great Stag Knights, which I think just get dumpstered by my dudes. We'll see though. Maybe the great Stag Knights just crush it. At the very least, we will get a good test. Let's keep bringing in the cav. We're gonna see how well these Grail Knights do. With their anti-large, it looks like they're actually killing off the Stag Knights fairly well. Yeomen can distract some Wild Hunters of Kurnos. Okay, nice. Stag Knights are gone. Okay. So I just gotta jump that Archer core now. We gotta get right in there and just delete them. That's my only out while the Stag Knights are distracted. It's not the best of plays, but it's what we got. All right, let's see. Does he have any cav summons? Looks like his cavalry over there is at least pretty distracted. Grail Knights prancing around. They're doing okay. They have to really crush this fight if they're gonna win though, and they're kind of getting poisoned. Looks like the damage is very high. Dang. Oh, I should have stuck with the cav. Okay, so it seems like taking the skirmishers was a riskier play than I thought. I remember saying earlier that the skirmishers would be fairly safe because they don't get countered, but against like a bunch of missile infantry, you're just down a little bit too much money to actually make a big play to capture. Though we are seeing a few routes here. I don't know if I'll actually kill these Stag Knights is the problem though. If he summons on another one which is dead and he has the Wild Hunters of Kurnos, okay, yeah, let's just tap out. GG. Well played. Dang, so wasn't able to get the 100% win rate. At the very least, I'm ready for the rematch. I think I should probably, because this is a matchup that I would want to try later, I should have some Trebs in reserve just to force them forwards. So use Wood Elves. I'm Bretonia. Wood Elves win. Dang. Alright, so what are we? 1-1. Yeah, so what I think we want versus Bill, did he have an Arrows of Kurnos? He didn't even bring Arrows of Kurnos. That's crazy. Okay, so what I think is way smarter, I don't really like the Battle Pilgrims. I think it would be much better to just have a handful of archers, because they still work pretty well in a rush. Maybe 3 archers and 1 artillery piece. Front line a peasant mob, and then force him to push me instead of using my own infantry, because I think the Bretonnian infantry suck. Every time I take infantry, I am greatly disappointed. So we're gonna do this instead, and then this way I have a lot of pretty good stuff as a starter. Then in reserve, do I really want yeomen? Okay, I don't think I actually need this either. Do I want yeomen? They don't seem to last very long in the fight. I feel like the Grail Knights were hype. I feel like these guys are pretty hype. Almost want to run Pegasus Knights to deal with Wild Riders in the late game. I feel like 1 Pegasus Knight, and then I think this is pretty good. I think Cav Spam is definitely the move. I'd love to rematch him at some point. But yeah, having this many Knights Errant is very solid. I'm just trying to figure out what else do I want here. The Grail Knights dumpstering the Stag Knights was hilarious. I like that. Maybe I just go 2 Grail Knights, because I already have all my cheapo Knights, right? So you just take a couple elites at the end of that. The problem is when I ran out of stuff to bring in. Is there anything I would want? You know, I remember people used to bring paladins into Wood Elves. 1 paladin on a Royal Pegasus to hunt his lord down would be not the worst, actually. As you can do that very effectively. Check your memes. Love it, love it. I'll show that off. It's classic. Classic. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, baby. Let's see. Okay, what else do I want to spice up this build? So I have the Paladin. I have lots of cheapo Cav. Honestly, 1 more Pegasus Knight? Probably not the worst. Alright, I'm gonna save this as Bretonnia versus Wood Elves. We do need the 1 for the 1-3. Yeah, Paladins are lit. Paladins are lit. I think we would have run him over if I had enough melee cavalry at the start. The yeoman didn't do anything. The 1 trebuchet to force him forwards, or bring in like an Arrows of Kurnos spammer. Both options are good for me because a guy with Arrows of Kurnos costs more than the treb. Why is double exalted hero of Tzeentch good when playing as Tzeentch? Oh, actually, you know what I should do? I should swap the treb. This is actually a much smarter play because it I definitely want someone to just send onto his lord, but if you summon in the treb late, he might be out of position for it, and then that puts him in an awkward position to either retreat or get shot, or push forwards and get flanked. Is Wind Blast or something not better? I think you need the regrowth in case you tried to snipe Alberic. The alternative is to go for like a Lewin and then try working from there. Oh yeah, attack speed and Jorah gives a good tiebreaker, though the way I'm doing my tournaments, if you get 3 wins, you're fine. There's not a lot of signups today though, so if it's only you know, who knows, someone might go 2-2 and still make it. All right, 1 more match and then we have a next game. Dang, I was really hoping to get the 100% though. kind of flubbed that game. Against Wood Elves, you really want to try and make them push forwards. That map's also really bad. I thought it was going to be way more open for me, but it gave him a really good forest to just camp in. He also really likes his ranged builds, like his infantry man-tide builds. I should remember that. Attack Speed Enjoyer really likes his man-tiding. So, like, it's a much safer bet to go for the Knights Errant. Gotta sweat it more. Gotta sweat it more. Who are we gonna face next, though? We got some two pretty big names at the start. Well, I know Green Knight wasn't nerfed. Against Wood Elves, Green Knight's very risky. He also doesn't really do that much, because you mostly want to be disrupting infantry or fighting cavalry. Both things Green Knight's pretty bad at. Almost tempted to get rid of Foe Seeker and Heroic Killing Blow, but sometimes they'll have a Lord that you can just snipe. What does that net me? It nets me 2 more peasants. You know what? That's probably a smarter play. Still want Alberic just for the terror, but it should be a good start. The Green Knight's amazing at annoying the enemy artillery. Yes, but also very bad for Wood Elves. Again. Although I will say, he's kind of expensive to just send on artillery. And he runs a really big risk of getting surrounded, so you do have to be a little careful. Just a wee bit. All right, what we're looking at. Still waiting. Oh, whoops. I should finish off this build. Any more cavalry I can squeeze in here? It's 300. I could take a random spearman at arms shields to help ward off cavalry. It's kind of random though, but sure. Yo, I'm surprised Wood Elves didn't get Treeman artillery. Kind of like the Beastman Cygor. Come on, it's basically Lord of the Rings. You might as go all the way. Yeah, I could take out the archer and get more cavalry. Usually summoning in range doesn't really do you much, but I kind of want one just in case he goes for like just an absurd amount of melee units. But the Beastmen Cygors suck. They do, they do. It doesn't mean I don't want it as a unit. Is there a mod for that Treeman artillery? Oh, probably. Yeah, I already failed the 100% win rate. What am I doing? Imagine I don't even win this tournament. That'd be pretty sad. Though there's certainly some good players. Can we get some streams with artillery? For gun faith, gun steel, and gunpowder enjoyers? At some point I might do a range only. I still have, what, these requests though? Where's it at? Rank 9 Iron Demon Dreadquake, which apparently has a point blank shot that the other Dreadquakes don't have. Zinch no cheese, which I still don't really know what that means, but no cheese Zinch. Just play normal Zinch builds. Let's see here. Some Hawk Rider Glade Lord shenanigans. Found a new green skin tech. If you take double gaze of Mort casters, the technically more winds of magic efficient than Doombolt for single entities with greater than 50 armor. Huh. So you just gaze a Mork spam. It's pretty fun. It's pretty slow going though, so if they wanted to, they could play keep away. Not everyone does that though. All right, nice. They just finished. Let's go. Next round is upon us. Let's win these next ones. Man, I was really hoping I could have gone high elves into wood elves. He did a good ban. Come on, they said they're done? Okay. Alright. At Goblins, round 3. And we're up against Winterwind. Ah, hell yeah. Yo, yo. The fast rematch. Alright. Yo. If I beat him again, we've successfully knocked Winterwind out of the tournament. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. He played pretty mean Demons of Chaos last round though, so we must be prepared. Let's see here. So he likes Demons of Chaos, Zinch, Warriors of Chaos. So I just gotta bring my best and finest against that. So I think yeah, I still feel like high elves are a good option there. Wood elves would not be the worst either. I can just go high elves and wood elves. He goes Demons of Chaos, Warriors of Chaos. Who would have guessed? Okay. And then he banned Kislev right away, which means that he probably doesn't like Kislev very much. So I'm gonna take Kislev again. So Kislev, Wood Elves, High Elves. At some point I'll see if I can get an Empire game in today. So I think I just want to play against Demons of Chaos again, right? Bans Kislev. Alright, here we go. For all you Wood Elf enjoyers, this is probably the time unless he bans Wood Elves instead of High Elves. He may choose to play Demons of Chaos versus High Elves again, which would be pretty funny. He'll get to test his strat. He did it again! Alright, no Wood Elves today, people. Apparently. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's High Elves yet again. So we just played this matchup, We're probably gonna get to play it once again. How exciting. So, how do we want to do this? Probably similarly to last time. Widow's too strong, he knows. Widows are quite strong, though, I must say. So... yeah, I'm kind of wondering. This should be quite bad for him. I think map-wise, I should be fine. Yeah, yo, the new Crafter art just dropped. Looking great. He bans Dunes of Cain. Ban Lair. So on Altar of the Champion. Now, we did not get a fine selection of kite maps this time, so potentially he could be a little bit happier about that. That he can kind of, you know, have a little bit more survivability versus the kite shenanigans. Something to consider. Other than that, though, I think we are mostly fine. As long as we can kite them up good, right? Demons of Chaos should be fairly weak to a kite. To the good old kitening. The Flesh Hound. The Flesh Hounds are not super great against most of my cavalry either. I do have to be wary of, like, potentially a couple rushes or who knows what. He almost rampaged a L'Oreal last time too with a sick net. That was really cool. He just kind of ended up flubbing it. Had he killed a L'Oreal there, it would have been a completely different game. So definitely something to be wary of. And then of course there's that that Hell Cannon, right? Is he gonna go double Hell Cannon this time? Maybe, right? He could very well just go double Hell Cannon and just say, screw you. I'm gonna bring in the maximum amount of anti-kite, which would definitely be an interesting match, because I don't actually know if the cannons will be able to counter kite hard enough. If they're shooting at cavalry all day, they're probably pretty happy, but I'm quite interested to see. You know what? Do I want this unit? You know what? Probably. Yeah. Alright. Gonna get some sick wombo combos here. Another thing is, I could just take a lot of Lothran Seaguard. If he's spamming mostly cavalry, Lothran Seaguard should just crush it, right? They should just crush it. Overall, build looking fine. Let's see if he has some hidden tech, though. You could go Nox, bring a double Hell Cannon. That would be quite funny. You get your nickname because you're such a low-Kira fan? Nope. Well, I was a Kraken's Pole fan. If I was still playing Vampire Coast today, I probably still would run Kraken's Pull. But unfortunately, no Coast until they get buffed. Oh boy, here we go. How's this gonna work? Last time we saw the Lord Snipe was devastating, right? There's a few lords you can bring that are extremely hard to snipe. So maybe we'll see some of that. Yeah, I know. No 100% win rate. I'm a fool. I'm a fool, guys. Well, the next best thing is winning the tournament. I gotta beat attack speed enjoyer. Probably. Can't let him wood elf me again like that. So many range units. It's actually a pretty crazy amount of range units. I am a little surprised that he managed to hold with so many of them. I wonder, because I don't think it was just the map that got us dead. Anyways, we'll figure it out later when I rematch against them. Ready, good luck, have fun. So, Frostheart Phoenix, in case he does go for a lot of single entities, this is good because it could just dive bomb him and get him murdered. So yeah, he's really worried about the kite this time. Makes sense. We kind of brutalized him with kite last time. In this case though, it's looking not too bad. Exalted Lord of Change is not especially rough, because he really just doesn't do that much. Having this Frostheart Phoenix will be kind of crazy. Let's just do this. Let's just do some of that. We're gonna bully his Noxbringer, and then I just want to start bringing in these Shadow Warriors, right? So we're just slowing down his Lord, so I have time to eat his Noxbringer alive. Then we'll back it up, because we don't want to lose a L'Oreal here. We simply want... Ooh, he accidentally friendly fired. But yeah, we don't want to lose a L'Oreal here. That would be very unfortunate. Here we go. We just got to keep tussling. Got to keep microing. There we go. L'Oreal's in the grind. She can heal though, making her nigh invulnerable. And then I think we just start shooting his Lord, right? Should be good enough. I should definitely move some of my cavalry around here though, because we're gonna need them to do this properly. He gets a final transmutation, which is quite brutal actually. Thankfully, he only hits a couple units. It's not the end of the world. We'll see how this actually pans out though, right? Because this is definitely a big tussle. And it's actually kind of not going in my favor very much, is it? L'Oreal is almost routed, but she barely sticks around. Love to see it. Okay, we're gonna get our cavalry in here. Then L'Oreal can kind of just chill for a little bit. She just gotta heal. In the meantime, little bird over here is just gonna crush it. I do have yet another heal, which should do very well. And then hopefully my archers just kill it. We're gonna bring in yet more. Hopefully kill off these Seekers of Slaanesh. Bird is the word. He's doing his best. You know what? I'm actually not really liking this fight. I'm actually not very much liking this fight at all. Frostheart Phoenix only doing okay. L'Oreal has these birds to deal with. That's very unpleasant. Alright. I'm gonna need these Shadow Warriors to get their kite on for sure. At the very least, they can do pretty well here. Kill off those Furies before they become too much of a problem. There you go. They're crumbling away. Nice. We did lose many a unit to the great engagement here. But if I kill off this artillery piece, that's gonna put him in a pretty bad spot, I think. It's just gonna be a little sus, especially for L'Oreal. Just gonna get murdered. Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Well, it's a little awkward. Come on, L'Oreal. Get out of there. Oh crap. It's another one. There's another final transportation. Oh crap, it's another final trans. Can I kill his lord? Oh crap, there goes a L'Oreal. Bro, am I just gonna get dumpstered today? Is that what's really gonna happen? We're just gonna get dumpstered? Maybe I kill his lord. Honestly, a L'Oreal's so much cheaper, right? A lord trade would not be the end of the world here. As bad as it may seem, a lord trade is actually not too bad. Although he does have another Seeker of Slanesh here, which is very bad. If there's one thing that's very bad, it would be that. Oh no, I'm gonna lose this. Oh no, not like this. Come on, bird. Bird is the word. Come on. Oh crap, his lord is gonna barely live. All right, here we go. We are on full retreat. We are on full kite. We are on full. Just survive. Just survive for a little bit. Because things have just become mildly bad. Now, I can probably kill his Exalted Lord of Change. That's for sure. I can probably kill his Exalted Lord of Change. I can probably keep away from these guys. Kill off most of those Seekers. And I could probably resummon a L'Oreal. But will it be enough? The Lord of Change is booking it to try and catch my boys over there. Of course, he's going to make a play for this point, but I got a value trade first. We're gonna need a L'Oreal back, right? I just have to get her back. First and foremost, the most important thing. And then we're gonna work our way from there. Hopefully getting a Lord Snipe. Ahem. Oh god. Oh jeez, what is this? What is this day? What have I done? Alright, I need a potato over here. He has a lot of Seekers. He has a lot of Seekers. And we're probably going to be triple capped for the next millennia. That's not very pretty. Now I can get a few D-summons here. We do have a L'Oreal, and she does have her heals back, which is nice. So if she could just bully these guys a little bit, we may be all right. I can also potentially snipe his lord. And then once he's dead, all right, then there's really there's not a lot he can do, right? I just gotta get him killed. Crap, he has another Screamer of Tzeentch. All right, here we go. That Tempest should be pretty nice. Tempest will be pretty nice. Then we kill this thing, kill this little artillery piece over here. Bring in our yeah, I think we do just have to bring in the Lothian Sea Guard. Alright, get the L'Oreal charge, get the L'Oreal disengage. Crap, get the cavalry caught up and murdered. That's terrible. His lord lived. His lord lived. What a Chad. Okay, alright. Mildly bad, mildly bad. At the very least, I can get a little bit of a heal going on here. Patch these guys up. Oh boy. Oh, I should have just sniped his lord. This would have been way better. He's coming for me. He's coming for me. He wants the murderage. At the very least, that little thing over there should go down. A L'Oreal should survive. There we go. Nice. Okay. Let's just get that Lord Snipe then. Let's just get that Lord Snipe and then it should be good, right? Just get that 10 Winds of Magic Tempest. And then we'll be fine. Alright, here we go. God. Today was not a good day. Today was a brutal day of many misplays. He brings in another Screamer too. Oh my gosh, this is the worst. This is the worst. He's gonna get another final transmutation. He had that. Jeez. Well, at least he overcast. All right, sure, I'll take that. All right, let's start the shooting. So we killed his lord. I didn't even need a Tempest there. His screamers got the disengage because of that too. But a lord snipe's a lord snipe. Jeez, I botched this one so bad though. I didn't even need a fight at the beginning. What was that doing? What was that doing even? We were not locked in. Now he's just gonna kill me with Furies. Fury and Hellstriders, man. Let's see here. What do I have to counter this? I have just some basic boys. Okay, at least a Loth and Seaguard probably uptrade into the Hellstriders. Alariel can land, thus saving her from disaster. Going to turn with these dudes, and then we're going to start bringing in the cavalry. It's going to be very important here. If we can keep these Loth and Seaguard alive, which it looks like we will not be able to. Oh my gosh, dude. Botched it so bad. I botched it so bad. I just need to shoot him up. I just need to shoot him up. Oh my gosh. Dang, Alariel's dead. Alright, it's GG, well played. Blech. Alright, I just gotta do more try-hard days, clearly. Oh my gosh. Like, obviously he was hard countering my build, but this build should not be hard counterable. Or at least the build I take shouldn't be hard counterable. So you can see these guys don't get that much value. The Arcane Phoenix was actually hard countering myself though into the final transmutation. If I just didn't bring the Arcane Phoenix and brought more skirmishers, I would have been totally fine. Alariel does fine, yeah. Probably just don't send her in combat ever. And just leave her to hover. Oh, jeez. That was terrible. That was a terrible game. If I just brought in... Like, look at how much value my skirmishers got, right? If I just kept summoning them in and getting shots and just controlling the points, I would have won. It would have been an easy peasy lemon squeezy win. Instead, I tried to melee fight his ranged. It was just a terrible idea. Oh my gosh. Just an average Warhammer streamer now. Oh my goodness. What am I doing? I didn't even check his spells too. That was a silly. Still love the Phoenix, so I'm happy to hear. Okay, at the very least, there's few enough signups where if I win the next game, I might have enough opponent points to still make it. I think there's enough signups though where we might be screwed. It's a bit of a toss-up. Yeah, we will probably still be screwed even if we win the next match. Oh, that's so dumb. I'm so dumb. I played right into his hands, man. Oh, I'm washed up. I'm so washed up. Oh, that's so disappointing. Oh. What have I done? What have I done? Oh my gosh. Dang. Ah, that's so sad. Yeah, so like I could have just done fine bringing Kite anyways, cuz like if you bring full Kite, you counter that build. Could just brought in the Shadow Warriors. We would have been fine. You got this? I'm pretty sure it is impossible to get this with the number of people with 2 wins right now. I think there will be enough people with 3 wins where we're screwed. Just barely though. Maybe European sleep player will get sleepy. Oh. Yeah, I think that was a misplay type situation. I should have just, God, oh, that was so bad. He definitely played it well. Dang. Oh. I was wondering if I should have started with the Shadow Warriors too. How'd you end up with high elves instead of the 3 listed in the title? Because there's a pick and ban system. Host attorney right after this. I'm so tempted. I'm so tempted, but oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I should have just gone for like a main tide with Shadow Warriors. Dude, the Shadow Warriors do so well into that type of build anyways. I could have just shot them to bits. Tempest's Lord. Have a great time. Regrets. Regrets! If I do end up playing High Elves into them again though, what type of build do I want? Yeah, like I think you just start with the Shadow Warriors, right? Like, you just start with 3, go here. Because I don't think they'll ever be able to full rush you, right? I think I was like way too afraid of a full rush when it's not actually going to be very strong. Go like full Charix, right? Go with the Spearman. And then just shoot them to bits. Feel like you learn more than wind here. That's a true victory. I guess. That was definitely some botched play though. I need to like remember some rules of thumb. Would you do Techless double mage hero for the Winds of Magic gen? No, spell spam's not good. You start with 70 Winds of Magic for free. So if you have to pay money to get another 70, it has to be, you have to be getting a lot of value with your Winds of Magic, and usually you don't. Yeah, Charix will go for the Shadow. He'll go for the Shadow Walkers even. Shadow Walkers have the same amount of ammunition, fewer entities. 22.5, 18.4. So they do actually have, oh no, they have less DPS because fewer shots. Interesting. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. They have worse accuracy, I guess. You're usually just shooting at infantry though, right? Or people will try to dodge them. These guys have poison, which is certainly very nice. They do have anti-infantry for Furies and whatnot. How much to take a dual Sun Dragon? Well, like, I'm not completing the full sweat thing today. You know what? If you want me to run a double Sun Dragon, not a lot, man. You can pay $5 on a double Sun Dragon next game. We're 1 and 2, man. Through. Through. Shadow Walkers are close to Way Watchers in terms of accuracy. Really? That's surprising. Zongors are such a pain for Wood Elves Beastmen matchup. If you want to kill Zongors, I'm pretty sure you just... Don't you just shoot them? And you just bring more Daka? Or you don't even need more Daka. You can just charge them with the Wild Riders. I can see why they're annoying though. Them silver shields. I am defeated. I'm so defeated right now. The pain, man. This was supposed to be an easy clap. I need to, I think I just need to play more. I need to play more sweat streams, full sweat streams. They beat Dryads? Oh, because of the magic damage? Bring Wildwood Rangers. Only 250 more expensive, and they probably shred them. Trying to think of what else you could bring. Yeah. In the worst case scenario, you only have to deal with 5. Man. Honestly, that wasn't really overconfidence that time. Although, I did have overconfidence coming into this, but I just made a huge misplay. I just made a bad misplay. I gotta learn these counters properly. I would do another SFT, but I have stuff I gotta do later today. I think unless like Turn decides to host an SFT, I'll just wait till tomorrow. Defeated as we are. All right, let's take a look. How is the bracket? Are people done yet? Still playing, dang. Yo, my opponent points are gonna be through the roof though, with the Attack Speed Enjoyer winning so much. Nah, usually at least at the top of my head, I'm not trying to engage earlier to prevent dead air. I'm usually just engaging because I think I can win it. I thought I could win that melee fight with the birds. I was like, it's just an exalted Lord of Change. It's just a wee exalted. What's there to worry about? Turns out a lot. Turns out many things. Clearly, I gotta sweat lord it up more. The thing is, these are... I kind of know why I was caught out, too. It's because these are matchups that they'd be more experienced with. Because I'm just trying to pick, like, your average counter, right? But it's not a matchup that I played a ton. Which is an important note for Grand Finals. If I ever go into the Grand Finals, it's much more important to play matchups that I know rather than matchups that I feel like are counters. With more models, Hawk Riders could be a good unit. I think that works with anything except for maybe bloated corpses. How many models of bloated corpses do we need to make them a good unit? I think 50 would be pretty jokes. Start playing a few ladder matches? Hell yeah. How do you get the camera to move so fast in debug mode? It's in the debug mode settings. You just gotta get... Yeah, it's one of the settings near enabling debug camera. Unless you're talking about just the normal thing to move the camera faster, which is shift. If you hold shift, it'll move a bit faster. All right, I'm gonna get more water. Dang it! Alrighty. Let's see what we're looking at. How are things faring? Is there any way I can sneak in with high opponent points? I have the most opponent points. Okay, so let's take a look. So, how many people have 2 wins? Yeah, there's just too many people with 2 wins, right? Or, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so technically, there's not enough people with 2 wins. So if I might be able to qualify with just a 2 winner, which would be pretty weird, but we'll see, we'll see. Oh, you're showing off the sick Tree Men Rainbow Road strat? You can't do that in multiplayer. It's campaign exclusive. Stock for bloated corpses? I think it'd be funny. Still not that great, but... Yee. I feel so deflated after that. After that loss. Oh my god, I threw that so hard. All I needed to do was kite. Alright, I gotta learn to move on. We gotta learn to move on. We're better than this. Yeah, there's 8 people almost at 2 or 1 or better. So our odds of making it are very low. We would need like some dropouts or something. Huh. Just move past it. Yeah, just drop it from your mind. Easy. Just, you know, boop, and toss it in the trash bin. Easy peasy. That's as bad advice as just win. Maybe that was intentional. Are Reaver Archers even better at melee versus parking and shooting? Reaver Archers? Even better at melee? No, you generally don't want to put them in melee unless you absolutely have to. The Reaver Archers have way worse stats than normal Reavers, if that's what you're asking about. Alright, who's next? Okay, 2 more matches need to finish, and then we're good to go. Man, you guys don't know how badly I want to just rage host another tournament. It's not worth it, though. It ain't worth it. Oh, that does remind me. I do have to get tomorrow's tournament hosted. Let me do that. Ba-ba-ba. Let's see here. No, it's OP in single player. Altharian with Reaver Archers. Infinite kite ammo. Oh, that's pretty jokes, actually. Alright. Yeah, I'll set up tomorrow's tournament. I don't even know if we'd get enough signups if I just rage hosted another one. Let's see here. Line operations. Randomized line order. Alright. Tuesday Swiss pick and ban. Yeah, tomorrow I'm just gonna do the same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow is tick 2. Oh my gosh. I need to get to the point where I can win tournaments on the reg. Been memeing too much for too long, clearly. I don't know my normal matchups anymore. Let's see, we'll do this. Swiss tournament. We'll make sure the bracket is finishing. Only one more. We'll do this. And then I just gotta put the maps in. You'll sign up. Rage hosting is a nice term. Oh, man. Sad. I'm a sad man. I'm mostly over it now, though. I'm mostly over it now. It's always tomorrow. Let's see here. We do that. Then we do that. All right. Save the tournament. It's all set up. All right. Very good. Even the best player can't win every time. I want to, though. I want to. I am a very competitive person, if you guys could not tell. It's okay. This is motivation. This is what gives me drive. I should talk to a therapist. I should be like, how do I find another source of drive other than winning all the time? Because I feel like that's kind of an unrealistic type of goal. All right, here we go. We got Ren at Akai. Yo, yo. And we got at Goblins round 4. Very nice. All right, here we go. If I lose this one, tiring. Tiring. I haven't gotten to 1 and 3 in so long. All right. All right, here we go. Locking in. So remember, I'm aware my self-worth is not tied to how much I can win at Warhammer. But I feel good when I win, and I want to feel good. Mondays, man. I'm getting hit by the Mondays. What's gone wrong? I only just joined. I lost twice. Today we were supposed to sweat lord it, and somehow I managed to do worse in some of my challenges. What is this? I don't even know what's going on. Oishi hasn't played since he lost to you. Oof. Yo, I know. Yo, I don't know if that's what Oishi was doing, but I've definitely had it before where I run into new blood and I'm like, dang it, this new blood. I can't keep up. All right, Slanesh, Norska, he goes Vampire Counts and Warriors of Chaos. And then I go what else? Nice, Chaos Dwarves. So Chaos Dwarves are pretty chumpy, so I'll ban Warriors of Chaos. Elden Ring diluted your skill set. Yeah, so we'll blame the Elden Ring. Does he want to go Vampire Counts into Norska? Ooh, that's an interesting one. Or I could just play into his Chaos Dwarves. I almost want to see if Norska can beat Vampire Counts because it'll be a good learning experience. So let's just do it. Oh, he banned my Norska. Oh my gosh, it's Slanesh versus Vampire Counts. Okay, all right. This is a matchup that I personally feel is impossible for Vampire Counts. If I lose this one, I suck. Wait, what even is, do I have a Slanesh versus Vampire Counts build saved? Oh, hell yeah, okay. Is this the build? Really, this is the build that I feel like is impossible to lose with? I guess you can just capture the points really quickly with it. Would they be able to hard counter this? Is this hard counterable? Do I even need the screen blocker? Okay, maybe I'll toss up the screen blocker. Your opponent won a new player tourney yesterday. Bans Edge of the Darkwood. Let's see here. Glinty Toof's Crag. There's some maps that would be a little bit more awkward. Let's play Glinty. Alright. The map is not actually super duper favored for me, so I do have to be a little careful about that. It's Vampire Counts versus Slanesh. In theory, I have the infantry DPS to win it. Marauder Horsemen are just really good. I don't think they have an extremely good counter to Marauder Horsemen, but we'll have to see. They're really important for killing things like the big old Mortis engine. Gotta be a little careful there. I guess he could take a lot of cavalry. Do I actually have to be worried about like Blood Knights? Maybe actually. Well, I guess with Pavane of Slanesh, they'll just never be able to really get too much work done. At least that's the idea of this build. I think I would actually want to update this build just a little bit. It feels slightly outdated because it's missing just like that little bit of something. There we go. That feels much better. That feels way better. All right. Slanesh versus Vampire Counts. Let's see if we can win it. He's Oishi's ult account and has come for revenge. Well, if I'm not gonna make it in this tournament, at least the practice would be good. Slanesh War Shrine. Slanesh War Shrine is jokes, but it's not actually that good. You kind of want to kill all the single entities. You don't want to... The War Shrine is not bad, but it puts you in a position to be countered. Because it's a little bit of a vulnerable single entity. You need to make sure you have enough single entities to clear out everything large that the vampire accounts have, and then you win from there. Make sure your big single entities don't get surrounded or anything, and then you're more or less fine. Just got back. What's the score? 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2. Oh. Slanesh War Shrine should rampage everything around it. If it rampaged everything at full charge, that would actually make it such an interesting unit, but people would be far too annoyed by it. And then they ban it. Well, then again, I guess the Thunder Barge isn't banned right now, despite being quite oppressive in some situations. Been here the whole time. What's the score? Including friendly units, it rampages itself too. That would be jank. Certainly very janky. Alright, let's get in here. Man, losing Petonia, Wood Elves. Losing the High Elves, Demons, Chaos. You know, if I actually camped in that forest, I'm still thinking about that game. If I camped in the forest, he probably wouldn't have been able to get me with the Hell Cannon. I mean, the Skull Cannon. I'm pretty sure Demons of Chaos can't beat a full kite. I'm pretty sure, even if they tried to full counter it, because Soul Grinders are just too expensive. I might be wrong, though. Or at the very least, if they try to counter full kite, maybe it just becomes a normal game. Where, like, it's not a lot of favor for either side. I don't know. I need to actually play that more often. I need to play against more Demons of Chaos. The donation requests make me play ultra sweaty. I guess it puts people, you know, it makes you take off meta builds. And it makes it way less likely that you'll get hard countered. A lot of people, if you go off meta, you will just catch people off. A lot of the time. Like going purely skew builds in this game is actually quite strong. Although you also just have to not make misplays. Gotta take back the art. Replace it with the Slanesh jank. Do I have to get another win as Grand Cathay? Unironically, I feel like if I just only played Grand Cathay, I have an easier chance winning. Can you believe that one SFT that I played Grand Cathay, I only won? I went 7-0, man. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should just be a Grand Cathay main. Can make max dragons work with high elves? Probably, given enough attempts. The dragons are not the worst. There's some things that are more optimal, but the dragons, especially if you can nail breath attacks, are kind of insane. Anyways, here's the play. Here's the play. Where I just need to make sure that I don't make any big old fat misplays here. Just gotta not get caught in a weird position. should note down on faction threats. Skull cannon. Tie kite is a thing. Alright. Add that to the Demons of Chaos faction threats. My opponent is ready. So we can get underway and see if we can win this. Oh, this is Glinting Tooth's Crag. I got the map wrong. What am I doing? Alright, this is still a very good map for us. In fact, this is better than the map I thought it was. Ready? Good luck, have fun. So, Glinting Tooths. It's a nice map. I did add some Furies in case I have to kill some cavalry. We got Pavane. Got a Marquis of Masochism. The idea of this build is simple. You use your mobility to take fights against the vampire counts where they are not. Balloon maxing loses instantly to vampires. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see here. Are there any factions that you would say are rare to see but still viable? I think Slaanesh is severely underutilized. I don't know why, but people really don't seem to like playing them very much. I personally feel like they're extremely strong. In fact, they hardly got nerfed. So it's kind of surprising to see them go from like played as the only faction ever to basically not seen at all. Anyways, so here's the idea. Here's the very simple idea. These skirmishers, they can bully things like the Vargulfs. My infantry can bully his infantry. It's not very hard to take the fights that I want to take. Is this a rectangle? Very cursed. Rectangular points. He has a White King, which means that he's gone pretty hard on the single entity front this time around. So what do we do about single entities? We summon in the Marquis of Masochism. Interesting that we're seeing Fellbats here. Some Crypt Ghoulage, okay. Hellman Gorst. Okay, so he really wanted a blob fight. Kind of bonkers. Anyways, I know the Marquis of Masochism will do well here. Just gonna dodge around a little bit. Maybe shoot at the White Kings just a smidge.
We have a victory point.
There we go. Not too much damage on him though. Nikari can definitely change that though. As Nikari just goes straight for him. Execute him with the Pavane that he probably won't be able to disengage from. Let's see if we can actually catch him though. He should rampage soon. And I should be able to land some pretty nice hits. Very nice initial hit there. Get him, Nikari. Beat him up. And then once I get my other single entity here, he just dies. You can see how brutal Nikari is. There's no way he wins this fight on the high ground either. There's the Marquis. And then once his White King dies, Nikari also heals a massive amount. So already a very strong initial starting play for us. Horrors are in though, so you do have to be a little wary. He does get the scab scrats. Okay. But look at him, he's crumbling. He ain't having the best time ever. Might be an overextension from Nikari if I decide to chase. Okay, yes, I'm just gonna go for that Vargulf instead. Let's use this guy over here. A little bit of cycle charging. But yeah, Nikari's just too much of a beast. Now I do have to be a little wary. I don't like those horrors just chilling over there. It doesn't seem like he's really done much with them just yet. But yeah, this is where the Marquis of Masochism is just so crazy. You just send him in. You just send him in and he should be able to dumpster here. Because at this point, vampire counts are a very single entity limited faction. They just don't really have a lot of single entities that they can field. So as soon as you bring in just a little bit too much, you start suffering. This is going to be a little painful though. Getting Vargeisted. Maybe I can brace my Forsaken against that while this fight goes on. And then it should be good. A little bit of a vigor boost on the Kari should help. Let's get that debuff over there. And looks like the Forsaken. Yeah, I did overextend with the Forsaken just a little bit. Could have played a little bit better there. This is still mostly fine though, as his Vargulf is just simply dead. I do have to worry about a couple doggos, but we have our boys here. And then of course the Horseman will do well. He's gonna capture a second point, but this is actually mostly a trading game. Mostly. Okay, let's get those bats on the Vargeist. They should do well. And then as doesn't really have any horrors to bring to bear, one Bringers of Beguilement should just annihilate here. They should annihilate. This is exactly what they want to fight, just a million infantry units. In the meantime, we have this little tussle here. He's trying to play keep away with these guys, and he's doing fairly well with it. Fairly good micro, I must say. See, I gotta be real wary of those Crypt Horrors, but ooh, army abilities for Slaanesh are gonna crush it here. At this point, we're just gonna use this mostly for the damage on the doggos. There we go. Pull back onto Kari so we don't get countercharged. Get the net. Get the debuff. And now he's dead. Now he should be totally dead. Should be pretty easy to recapture these points. I will say that Vargulf is living a lot longer than I thought he would. Surprising to me. Hikari's actually taking a little bit of damage too. Not the most pleasant thing in the world. As soon as that Vargulf dies though, we'll be okay. Oh dang. Oh, he does have a White King. Oh, he's going for a surround on Hikari too. Gotta keep him alive. Disengage him. Huh. He kills my bats. He just killed my bats. What a dude. All right. I will say his micro and positioning is certainly working out very well. Hikari should be able to finish off this Vargulf at least. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on. And holy crap, he ain't dying. I gotta be super careful, right? I don't want to risk putting Hikari in a bad position and just losing outright. We're almost done here at least. Oh, those are some fast doggos. Okay. Gotta be a little careful about them. In fact, I might even just straight up pavane them just to get them out of my hair for a wee bit. Get a counter charge. There we go. All right, and then we should be fine once again. Dang, yo, he's microing this well though. He's microing this very well with his single entities. We will be able to capture that point though. And those doggos just died for not too much. They really just bought a little bit of time is all. Unfortunately, the Gorstinator is just healing up everything over there, but I'm still trading real well. I got another Exalted Demonette I can chuck out in a second. Even if the single entities chill, we'll be okay. As long as you don't see too many more horrors, but it looks like it's just a skeleton summon spam, which is not especially terrifying. All right, now great thing about this, horrors without support are very vulnerable. I should be able to just kill them here with the Fury surround. There we go. Come on. Oh my gosh, the Furies are in the way of me targeting them. Come on, there we go. There's the targeting. So that should just delete him. He's almost out of infantry too, and a sick Winds of Death dodge. Certainly very nice. All right, and with the horrors down, now Hikari and Co can kill off these darn single entities that have been causing me so many issues. As long as you micro your single entities well enough, it should be good. Hikari got caught up a few times, but even so, he's still just a little too hard to take down, right? All right, come on. Let's get those baddies in there. Let's get them fell bats in. This one almost heal capped, which is crazy to me.
The eternal hunters, seeking Slaanesha's
Using up all my ammunition on him. Interesting that we see ghosties. Okay. The ghosts I need magic damage for, but I guess fascination's kind of that. So I think they just get dumpstered by it. I can also pavane them for the double deeps. In the meantime, Nakari is still alive. Very nice to see. And the single entities are still grinding. Holy crap, they really don't give up, do they? Okay, all right. So this is still going. I am rather amazed. I really did not expect the Vargulfs to be this chonky. Usually when I bring Vargulfs in, they they just die, but these ones, holy crap. I think we killed the White Kings though. I think we killed the White Kings. Jeez Louise though, man. Borowski. Yeah, he's just wailing on Nakari with them. At least Nakari can heal up off these here skeleton warriors. Of course, we'll also probably be fine just by capture tickets, as long as I prevent that. Holy crap, dude. The surround on this guy is actually cooking. It's actually cooking so hard. Jeez. He's gonna die! Yo, what is this build? What is this micro? He's doing this very well, my opponent. Interesting. Might even be able to capture this point over here. I'll be able to recapture it though, so I'm not that worried. But I do lose this guy somehow, some way. I guess the perfect vigor really helped him out. My goodness. All right, let's finish off that darn Vargulf first and foremost. It's actually just, yeah, there we go. Land the last attack that I need on it, so that there's just one less single entity to deal with. And then I should just be able to capture his points. And then we'll be good. There you go. Vargulf is dead. Oh my gosh. What a crazy match. He cooked hard with the micro. He cooked very hard with the micro. In the end, I'm still gonna capture his point and all that business. And the doggos will get caught up. So I'm really not too worried. But yeah, I gotta be a little careful next time when I see double White King Vargulf. This is why you bring that extra single entity, by the way. Nakari alone would not have been able to do it. Terrifying thought indeed. But yeah, Gorse is just a little too slow, ain't he? He's trying to come in and help. He shall not be able to. As now my opponent is triple capped. Huzzah! I should be able to catch these dogs too with my army ability. Forbidden Nakari heal cap? Not quite yet. Not quite. Almost though. Yeah, I'm really surprised at how many times we missed on my dudes. Because they were grinding for a long time. I'm pretty sure it was the vigor, because my big guy was getting real tired by the end there. Very sure it was just the vigor. Jeez, yo, the Exalted Demon that's actually hold this point. That's insane. That extra capture weight really going hard here. Love to see it. Love to see it. Gorst is Mortis engineering though, so you gotta be a little careful. But regardless, we still win. Huzzah! Huzzah! All right. Beat up that Vargulf, I guess. I guess Vargulfs are also really tanky, something to consider. They are certainly very, very tanky. All right. Blunt Lobster Club versus Slim Crab Claw. Say what? Who what? Yeah, look at that White King. He wants more. He wants more. Does Nakari beat him up though? He's on a horse. Oh! When Nakari lands a hit on those White Kings, it hurts. Yeah, he got annihilated. There we go. That's what we like to see. All right.
Glory is yours.
So that's pretty good though. That kind of tells me that my perception of this matchup is still very correct. Even with a lot of kind of sketchy plays, I'm still able to win it. It seems very Slaanesh favored. Because you have the 2 White Kings, and then you only have 2 Vargals from your Lord. And that's it for single entities. Skirmishers did okay. Though capturing the points early means that they definitely paid for themselves. Dakari with the 6k value. Jeez. Alright, yeah. And I think especially the capture weight changes really screws them over. Good to see. And now we get to see who makes it to the top 4. Who will make it to the top 4? I think I barely won't make it. Technically, I am in top 4 right now because of my opponent points tied with Berserk and Tom. But Berserk is still playing his match. So if he wins, he'll be above me. And then it's over. And then we're done for, people. Safe to say the infantry performed? Yeah, they did great. Dude, the Nakari value though. Bonkers. Oh, we're talking about the armor piercing between Forsaken and Demonettes. If you gave the Forsaken armor piercing, they would overlap way too hard with these Demonettes. And there's different types of crab claws too, you know? Like, haven't you seen like the difference between like a lobster claw and like a crab pincher, right? They're totally different, you know? So I'm willing to say that it makes sense that these guys are kind of just clubbing with their claws. If he loses, he's still above you because he gets an opponent point. What a ripoff! What a ripoff! Alright, maybe some of them will get tired. You never know! You never know! I think I might be 6th place by the looks of it. Pontum's Claw though? Oh yeah, Pontum's Claw. Slaanesh needs some Mantis Shrimp action. I feel like it'd be fun if they were just like a lot more aquatic in nature. But I guess that's not really their thing. They're more of a weird flying thing. But they use like fish claws instead of talons. I don't know. Cause I guess it's because Tzeentch took talons first, right? Yo, I feel like Nurgle needs like. See here, if I had to assign the animal kingdom to the different chaos gods, like what would Nurgle? What's Nurgle missing? I feel like Nurgle could definitely work with some fishmen though. Slaanesh eventually evolves into crab. Alright, well, anyways, we should be able to spectate some games once these people are done. What a ripoff, though. Dang. Is Winterwind is still playing versus Halidin to try and get to 3 wins. Alrighty. Komodo Dragon. Oh, that's true. Nurgle with some like nasty lizards would be cool. Nurgle needs hippos. Oh my gosh. Hippo Cav. Dang. Homeless people? I wouldn't put all homeless people in there. Seems kind of rude. I don't know about you. A lot of people without homes that are not filthy. I would definitely put myself in Slanesh though. You know, if there's a person that I would put with if there's a person that I would put with a chaos god, you know, I'm not gonna put anyone else, but I would put myself with Slanesh and Zinch. I feel like it's all there. Maybe even some Nurgle too. Korn? Rage embodied? Why not? Hey, I'm not saying I can compare to Slanesh's favorite mortal, man. You can still be a worshipper of Slanesh and ugly too. Don't you see the Forsaken? Oh, I guess they are Forsaken. I guess they are Forsaken. You Corn 100%. I'd go with Hashit. Anyone, what with the Skaven, you know? The big rat in the sky. Whatever he's called. Clearly I'm not a worshipper. Corn would love rage hosting tournaments. If I did rage host a tournament, then I would be a Corn for sure. But I'm not. I got obligations. Obligations getting in the way. Upcoming tournaments at Goblins. Tourney tomorrow at the same time as usual. There we go. I'll redeem myself tomorrow. Get that sweat lord going. The horned rat. Oh yes, there we go. Whoopsies. I'm sure he'll forgive me. Berserk and Jellyfish are still facing off. If we refresh the bracket, it appears that we are now in 5th place, which means it's Jover. It's Jover. Corn infused Skaven. I guess Clan Moors is the closest thing, right? They're quite fighty. Those Skaven generally only talk to the Nurgle Chaos people, right? I don't think they... Nurgle and Undivided. I don't think there's a lot of lore with them full allying with Corn. But like, Skaven are so corruptible, man. Skaven, you know, they got all the chaos gods in them. Got some Zinch backstabbery. Corn, maybe less so though. I think Corn is like Corn and Slanesh, I feel. Skaven don't have enough food to go around to really worship Slanesh if you think about it. They don't worship the chaos gods. I guess, yeah, I've never seen like an actual aligned Skaven. I guess they all just default to the horned rat. Yeah, they just work together, yeah. Alright, we're just waiting on Berserk and Dr. Jellyfish. That's true. When you have the horned rat that kind of perfectly represents you anyways, why would you worship the gods of chaos? They scheme too much for Corn. Yes. And they don't scheme enough for Zinch? I don't know. But yeah, I guess they don't really... Huh. I don't know. I guess, like, yeah, have Skaven ever been corrupted by the Chaos Gods? There has to be at least some Skaven. They're full on corrupted. Do you have a clan leader literally named Nurglich? Or are Slanesh warriors and Chosen not more popular in Dom? Slanesh warriors and Chosen. Oh, well, not a lot of people play Slanesh, but when they do, they usually do take a lot of those armored units. Still waiting on Berserk and Jellyfish. Any moment now. Just worship Gork and Mork and have fun. Yo, I love the 40k story of those orcs that got stolen by Khorne, and then they just had a great time fighting forever into eternity. Pretty fun time. They also do have a greenskin Khornate, like, battalion or whatever. Don't they, like, march in lockstep or something? It's real weird. Gorich used to be a Chaos Marauder, but that doesn't mean he's really Skaven, though, right? Alright, nice. Tiebreaker time. We got 5 people. Attack speed and winter wind. Alright. Goblins. Or no. At attack speed, your top bracket playing Tiebreaker versus winter wind. This is 2 people that beat me. At Serika, at Pizu, at Berserk. They can stand by. Or actually. Top 4. Okay, yeah. At Pizu, at Berserk. No, at Pizu and Serika. You guys can get started in top 4. Berserk, stand by. Alright. Lobby code, please. Let's do this. Let's get it done. Let's get some game casting. This makes me sad. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this. We'll bring back the other army blocker once we get that 100% win rate. I gotta get a day with a 100% win rate. I feel like I got it in me. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow, I'm double hosting. If, tomorrow, I'm double hosting if we don't get that win. You like Risk of Rain 2? Only played it a bit. All right, attack speed versus winter wind. Let's see how this goes. Both very strong players. Skaven are pretty zealous with the Horned Rat. It's mostly fear-based, right? Anyways, I guess like the Horned Rat really knows how to appeal to Skaven. That's my headcanon. Here we go. Now what will the matchup be? I think attack speed enjoyer is gonna go kite. Not taking out the trash empowers Nurgle. Looks like I would assume attack speed enjoyer is gonna want to try and play Wood Elves. Are you gonna see another Wood Elf source Betonia? That's what they're hovering right now. I'd love to see how it's done properly. Cheering for RTK. Cheering for the attack speed to win it. So far they haven't changed yet. But I assume they're still doing their picks and bans. Surely. Surely. Man, it's a bit sad. I didn't get to play any Empire today. I didn't get to play any Empire, only one Slanesh game. No Wood Elves. So far, they still haven't changed. Interesting. I do feel like attack speed enjoyer's build loses to the Cav Rush, but it's still going to be a little hard. I think you probably do want one Trebuchet. It does reduce leadership. So one fun thing you can do right before you charge in is you get that Trebuchet hit, and it's just a free -10 leadership. It's kind of massive. Artillery is huge for leadership hits. I've heard about chair fusing. It's kind of messed up. You look like Stephen Hawking. Well, thank you very much. I will take that as a compliment, whether you intended it or not. Yo. Honestly, I don't take it as much of an insult when the first thing people think when they see me is like a literal genius. Even if they go by looks alone, the raw association is there. Can you speak like Stephen Hawking? I'd have to download his voice pack. Demons of Chaos versus Wood Elves. Alright. I think attack speed enjoyer wins. Raw playstyle wise, just fielding a ton of range just deletes Demons of Chaos. I would be real interested to see if Winterwind has something crazy cooked up. He's a big Demons of Chaos enjoyer. I got the physique. I've been working out. I'm ripped now. Totally ripped. Yo, sorry all you guys who enjoy working out and doing it properly. I like tied 2 of my weights together to try and make a heavier weight. It's kind of janky. Show us? Nah, you know, I would get banned from Twitch. Yeah. I tried doing it. It's a little janky. I know it's not perfect, but it's heavier than before, which is kind of what I need. Weight is weight. Wait until you guys see the setup. It's real jank. But yeah, I can now practice curling 20 pounds from the safety of my own home. Should be pretty good. And then we'll do that, and then we're set. We're set for life. And I gotta do some lat raises. Yo, anyone that does exercising here, if you do lat raises and bicep curls and push-ups, let's say, right? What arm muscles are you missing from doing that? Is there like an arm muscle that I should be worried about? It's gotta work most of the groups, right? Does it work? Forearms good. Is it the lats? More none overall? Okay. Rear delt. Rear delt exercises. What is this? Okay, so that's like getting to shoulder territory. All right, but it seems like it's mostly there, right? As someone who's not a super hardcore exercising guy, I don't think I have to worry about fully balancing my muscles just yet. Just do straight military presses. Yeah, at some point. At some point, Rip City will be a thing. Yeah. Pull-up bar is, as soon as I get out of this apartment, it should be, I'm planning to move a little bit closer to family in like about a year. So, that'll be pretty nice. Be pretty nice if I can get a condo. Then I can actually install a pull-up bar without having to worry too much. Because like most pull-up bars, they if you don't do it just right, it's gonna chew up your door frame a bit. You know, or like not all door frames are ready to just take on a full pull-up bar. So, yeah. I want like a proper, you know, I want an expendable door. Push-ups go crazy early on. Oh yeah. You can do weighted push-ups pretty easily too, right? Just put something on your back. Yo, weighted sit-ups though? Oh my gosh. Yo, I started doing weighted sit-ups. I actually can kind of see my abs now. It's crazy. I'm not gonna show it on stream, but I have a 50-pack. No, but actually though, it's kind of crazy. Weighted sit-ups, best advice I could have ever gotten. You just run on a treadmill. Honestly, if you just want to live longer, running on the treadmill is probably the way to go. Or rucking. I heard rucking's pretty hype. Honestly, exercising at all is probably the best thing you can do. There's always the minutia of like exercising slightly more optimally, but most of the time just doing any amount of work is good enough. But we got a game to cast. We got a little bit of a matcheroo to get in here. All right, so we're looking at pretty standard fare, right? Just a lot of mobility versus a lot of kite. So this will actually test out my theory that you can kite a rush build, even if they go for a rush build, because that's what I wanted to see. Because I felt like I was a fool for not just kiting them. Let's see this. You can see he's kind of sworn off flesh hounds this time. Yeah, early exercise when you haven't exercised a lot is always just like mad gains. The benefits to effort ratio is insane early on. You're a big fan of just walking more? I just don't like going outside very much. I feel like I gotta worry about my skin, so you gotta put on some sunscreen or get a hat on, and then it just takes a long time. And for what? Some extreme mental health benefits from being outside? Like, what is that even? Come on. I got other things to do, like lose at tournaments. Anyways, let's see what we're looking at here. So this is probably, it's probably like a light rush, right? He wants to just get in there, cause some pain, catch these deep wood scouts, and then win. Attack Speed Enjoyer has sunk a lot of money into these deep wood scouts. But are they rushable on a map like this? Grab a Chad umbrella. Dude, I should. But yeah, I feel like Wood Elves. I feel like they're just gonna crush it here. I think Demons of Chaos just can't really deal with the kite. Rule of thumb, always max kite them. Oh yeah, yeah, there's that wildfire smoke. True. You get a tan from your monitor being too bright. Dude, that'd be so hardcore. UV monitors. Nobody make that a thing. You know somebody's gonna buy a UV monitor. And just instant skin cancer. Please. Alright. So what are we looking at? It's a full move forward from the Demons of Chaos. They're looking to get the fight started early. Wild Riders could be out of position. Trying to go for this far point, but he doesn't know where the Deepwood Scouts are. Some Glade Guard, Hag Bane tips moving forwards. Tempest to deal with Furies, I like it. Hand of Glory is also kind of an interesting choice. Interesting. Yeah, Hand of Glory. Wonder what he's going to do with that. Now, he's going to be shooting some Nurglings at the start. Demons of Chaos. All the units are expensive enough where it's generally worth to just have Fire at Will on against them. As long as you're shooting them, you're probably doing fine, though Nurglings are the least efficient things to shoot at for sure. Capture point number 1 and 3 go the way of the Wood Elves. But can he defend the rush? So this is a Seeker rush. They have Strider, so they are unperturbed by both hills and trees. They also take 1,000,000 damage from Deepwood Scouts. As seen here, 1,000,000 damage. Gets a solid charge though on him. Brutal charge. Second one, countered by the Wild Riders. Failed charge over there. Tempest drops on some Furies, but it's a big fat rush. So far, so bad for the Wood Elves. This is kind of looking a little sus. These Wild Riders are severely out of position. Gets the Pit of Shades too. Oh, that ain't good. Oh, that ain't good. I think it's an overcast too. Massive Pit of Shades. Massive Pit of Shades. Wowza. Yeah, this is kind of the problem when you go full kite, right? This is what we were worried about. You go full kite, you can just get brutalized by a fat rush. Pretty intense value. Pretty intense value here. The Waste Stalker's doing nothing. He's got negative value. Lord's getting snipped sniped. It's over, man. It's totally over. It's done for. Wood Elves just got completely overrun. Demons of Chaos showing that they are indeed rather spooky. That was a crazy rush. Look at that Lord. She gone. Hand of Glory did not do that much in this battle. Yeah, look at that. Glade Rider's gone. All the skirmishers are gone. Everything's routing. It's over, man. That was crazy, though. That Pit of Shades was huge. Quad Seeker, man. Quad Seeker. I feel like maybe you should just start with the Cav Max and then summon in your kite. Slaanesh gonna be so OP when they get their DLC? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully CA gets that quick multiplayer balance patch afterwards. Good Seeker of Slaanesh charge over here. Waste stock gone. Alright. Fear the Quad Seeker. Always fear the Quad Seeker player, it turns out. It's terrifying. And there go the Wraiths of the Frozen Heart too to some blues. Blues are a really nice pick. They deal full damage to Wild Riders because they ignore that physical resist. They're dead. Yeah, so I think attack speed enjoyer to survive this, he would have needed, like, I think going quad skirmisher and 2 archers was a little bit insane, right? Okay, maybe not insane, because it would have done way better versus the Nurgle Soul Grinder or something. But like, it was definitely far too excessive, right? I think if he stuck with 4 skirmishers and then swapped out the 2 archers for cavalry, he could have had a much better time defending. Of course, the Pit of Shades was very painful, but
I knew it.
dang, it was brutal. Them Seekers cooked, man. They cooked so hard. Did not really have the position to defend. His Wild Riders capturing the far point was fun, but yeah, I guess he didn't really see the army though. That map really obscures the enemy army. Makes it kind of difficult to makes it kind of difficult to tell that you are being full rushed. All right, so let's see here. Winter. Oh. Winter wind? Wind. What the? There we go. Winter wind. Very good execution. So, yeah, you do have to fear it a little bit. Especially a quad seeker. Dude, the seekers are insane. Dang. What's up, attack speed enjoyer? Yeah, Winter Wind really he had the build and then he knew to go for that big push. Do you feel like you would have been able to hold attack speed if you had a Wild Rider instead of the 2 Glade Guard, or you think he still would have been able to hard rush? Because that was a pretty filthy hard rush, right? I think the problem was that you didn't target fire any of the speed boys. Yeah, them Seekers. One of them did take a lot of damage from your Swift Shiver shards. Interesting to see. Well, that means it's Winter Wind versus Berserk. Berserk should be in here in a second. Serukan Pizu should already be playing, which is nice. And then as soon as we're done, I can wait for tomorrow. Man, I want to play so bad. I want to play so bad. I do have laundry to do, though. I have like a lot of laundry. It's been far too long since I did laundry. Laundry machine here is very small. When I get my own house in the future, I'm gonna get the biggest laundry machine you've ever seen. Gotta go. Peace out, Dim Dum. Thank you for the good luck. I'm sure we'll be able to crush it. Has Winterwind won before? Winterwind definitely has some tournament wins. He plays a mean Tzeentch Warriors of Chaos and Demons of Chaos. He's mostly a Tzeentch Demons of Chaos main. So if we go to the leaderboard, he should be on the leaderboard. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't. Yeah, he's rocking really no tournament wins this season. That's crazy. Mayhaps this one will be it. Do your entire wardrobe in one. Just have the wardrobe be the washing machine. Yeah, do you know if Wild Riders trade into Seekers? Is that an even trade? Is it a situation where the Wild Riders rout and then the Seekers disintegrate? Or is it a massacre? Alright, see you later, Trizik. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day. Gonna make more memes of ya. Good night. Peace. Yo, Winterwind kind of needs to win this if he wants to qualify for the Total Tavern Grand Finals. How many people qualify? What is it, top 12? No, it has top 16, right? So as it stands, unless Winterwind starts winning some tournaments, he actually won't qualify for the Grand Finals. As it stands, my competitors is Blood Penguin, Space Pope, Martin, Broccoli Fangirl, Maximillionaire, Attack Speed Enjoyer, Boss Toss, Serika, Oishikun, Alric Val, Own Goal, Berserk, Scrambled Eggs, Danican, myself, and Charix. A lot of spooky names, but no Winterwind. Winterwind's crushing it right now, though. Looking to get qualified. Yeah, top 16. Shouldn't Wild Riders win? They don't have magic attacks. Seekers waste, quote unquote, a lot of damage on AP armor piercing. But there's so much stuff going on with cavalry engagements, with like the entity size and just how the stats play out. It's kind of hard to tell on paper. Oh crap, I have his army setup selected. Holy crap, I'm so sorry, Winterwind. Whoopsie daisies. It's a good thing he wasn't making his army. Whoopsie daisies. That's my bad. So what are we gonna see? He's gonna play another Demons of Chaos game. He's been really crushing it with the demons, using them Seekers to great effect. I will say though, you have to be really careful when you run Seekers, because like one Buna just deletes them instantly. One Buna and the slightest amount of damage and you're down 1,000 gold. Because of that crumbling and fairly low HP. I'd be very tempted to run either a bunch of Melkoths or Buna if I'm ever up against Demons of Chaos, because your normal cavalry just crushes Flesh Hounds. I should write that down as a note. Ways run Buna. It's just too good, right? I think they really rely on their cavalry. Are we seeing a Nurgle versus Warriors of Chaos game? That's insane. If Berserk wins with Nurgle into Chaos, what is he gonna bring? Now this is gonna be some spice, isn't it? Oh, Meaty Dangler looking at attack rates. Dang. Interesting. Nurgle versus Warriors of Chaos. I would say this should be Warriors of Chaos favored, right? What does Nurgle have? Technically everything that Nurgle has Warriors of Chaos can bring, right? Like if Rotting Knights are super OP or something, Warriors of Chaos can do that. Though they can't bring that many. So like Nurgle would need multiple units that are really good for the mark of Nurgle. But I can't really think of anything. Unless like he's gonna bring like Chosen of Nurgle, but there's no way that beats Horsemen. In fact, I would say a 6 Horseman build just dumpsters here. I think there's very little that can be done against just a bunch of Horsemen. Could be completely wrong. But yeah, you can take a couple Axe Thors if you're worried about infantry. And Nurgle can only run 4. So what are we gonna look at? Oh man. Aurora Grinder to try and eat their ammo. The ROR grinder can't drain the ammo off of 3 horsemen, so it probably won't pay for itself with its ranged. It would need to get some work done in melee, I think. We've never seen him bring much skirmish cav. Are we going to see a Kugath? Kugath can kind of tussle. You can go Kugath and the grinder. And then the biggest problem is just capturing points. I believe in Nurgle. Are we going to see some turn-esque plays? Are we going to see plague drones? They did get buffed. I believe Pox Riders also got buffed. How very interesting. How very peculiar. Pizu and Serika, I guess, are still playing. Inta's the biggest soul grinder hater. I don't respect him, man. I don't respect him. The skull cannon always seems to do so much more than soul grinders. They seem very expensive. How can we make the Beasts of Nurgle useful? Because that thing is horrendous. Just way higher melee defense, right? It shouldn't die so easily. It should be like a White King. Just absurd HP or melee defense. Honestly, give it 10k HP, whatever. Nurgle's supposed to be tanky anyways, right? I guess it doesn't look like it should have 10k HP. So give it like 7k like a Vargulf. And then, or like, you know, 8k, 7k like a Vargulf, and then give it just ludicrous melee defense. Give it really high missile resist. It looks like it should have really high missile resist. Then at least it has a tool. As just being like this super insane missile resist unit. It still dies. Getting charged by single entities. 10k HP with regen for 800 does not sound like a good idea. Yeah, but it's a Beast of Nurgle, man. It's a Beast of Nurgle. It's pretty janky right now. And like, it's so slow. It's like a War Shrine. Honestly, it's not that far off from like a War Shrine. Think about it. A War Shrine is 13k HP, right? For like what? 1200, or like, let's say it's like 1300, right? So for 1300, you can get a, you know, 13k HP unit. Is it good? No. No, not at all. Beast of Nurgle probably doesn't do that much more DPS than a War Shrine. Just give a leadership buff to units around it. Give it 100 speed. Give it the grease to speed boost. All Nurgle demons should get missile resist. They really should. Nurgle should be like just way more resistant to getting shot. Something to force the melee fight with them a little bit more. Although, realistically, the getting shot isn't actually the biggest problem for them. They're kind of good into a lot of shooty factions. Realistically, if we need balance, they need to be able to catch the more mobile fighty factions. Or like, I don't know, make Exalted Plague Bearers should be able to beat Exalted Demonettes in a vacuum. Call me crazy, right? But Nurgle's so slow. And melee's really the only thing they can do. I feel like they should be the best fighter. Nurgle should be far and away the best fighter because they don't have the speed. And then they should have a medium time versus ranged. They should be able to rush it with their Warriors of Chaos. And then, yeah. And then I think that's how they get balanced. What about Corn? Well, Corn could still bring in skull cannons and such. Or give him nets and more slows and all that. Also a good option. Wind to Wind versus Berserk. Let's take a look. Yeah, they should have more slows actually. That would be also fun. They should still be able to grind against Slanesh. I think Exalted Plague Bearers could be slightly better in melee, but more slows would be huge. Now, looks like we're on Whirling Maelstrom again. Interesting. Interesting. And it's gonna be a Chosen of Corn. The new Halberd flying dudes with the Hell Cannon. I'm gonna call it right now. I think Nurgle's dead. I think Nurgle's super dead. Unless they figure out something insane. Unless there's some way you can kill that Hell Cannon. He needs some way to shut down the Hell Cannon here. There's a chance that the Soul Grinder can shoot. What is this? A Tzeentch War Shrine? You're kidding me. Alright. Alright, Winter Wind. So he bought a Tzeentch War Shrine. What magic does he have? Infernal Gateway, Tzeentch's Firestorm, Pink Fire. Chaos Sorcerer Lord, Rancid Visitations, Healing, Stream of Corruption. No passive though. No passive ability. He just wants that utility. And I guess he's just gonna try and outgrind the Warriors of Chaos, but that ends up being a pretty bad play. Because, Chosen of Corn dual weapons. So unless the Soul Grinder just cooks the Chosen of Corn dual weapons, this is gonna be a little sus. But yeah, he's gonna be trying to go for the infinite magic build. With the, Infernal Gateway. Spam. Alright. Well, there they go. Readying up. Marching on in. These guys are going to be a huge pain, though. There's always a chance that he catches them out, though. If Berserk can get a good, like, Rot Knight summon charge on them or something. And just brutalize them. It'd be a good start. Looks like they want a bomb drop. Makes sense. Maybe we'll get some good death heads on them, you know? A little bit of death head action. It is armor piercing. But if he's keeping an eye on it, it'll be a little rough. Hell Cannon's firing away. Now, what's the plan here? Looks like first course of action is to try and get the Soul Grinder to shoot the Hell Cannon. Unfortunately, Soul Grinder gets hit. Staggered. Gets a shot off. Now, will this actually drain a lot of ammunition on the Hell Cannon? About a fifth of its ammunition goes down. Not the worst. 5 more shots like that, and he will have actually disabled the Hell Cannon. Though, time is of the essence. Uses the bomb drop on Nurglings, not very cost efficient. But it does have a cooldown that it can work its way towards. So, as long as they fight in melee a little bit, they'll probably be fine. Whiffs his second shot. So the Hell Cannon is still online. But it hasn't really paid for itself. Now, this is him trying to recharge his bomb drop ability. The Searing Torment. Manages to escape without any damage on them, so it will charge up just a little bit. It does need 60 seconds of melee to charge up. Quite a long amount of time, but if he does get another drop, he could potentially kill off these here stooges. Nurgle Soul Grinder, okay. Opting to shoot at the Marauder Great Weapons. But it doesn't seem like Berserk really has a lot of leverage. Aside from trying to get his Chaos Sorcerer Lord in here, not much. Huge friendly fire hit, though, on the Knights of Immolation. That's brutal. Nurgle, okay. All the artillery goes down on the Knights of Immolation. They're not very tanky. At only at under 6,000 HP, they are basically the same as any other cavalry. So that Rancid Visitation's upgraded is gonna hurt quite a bit on a very expensive unit. To get only 73 gold value on them, that would be brutal. And that changes the tide greatly here as he friendly fires again onto his Hellstriders. This artillery piece is turning against him on a Tzeentch map, no less. So now things are looking a little bad. He does get his Sorcerer Lord caught up by the Chosen. You don't want that. The Chosen do 1,000,000 damage. You got 53 melee attack to his 61 melee defense. If Berserk does not catch this, he's dead. Looks like he does though. Starts moving him away. An okay shot from the Soul Grinder. And the Knights of Immolation are getting caught up by doggos again. Berserk starting to make some plays. As the Festering Stooges are doing their best. He has some cavalry on the battlefield. I'm a little worried though. I'm a little worried for the Warriors of Chaos. They took some really bad trades. Stooges will probably heal up too, so unless the cannon kills him outright, it's going to be a little sus. And as for this guy, he spent a lot of money on him. We're looking at like 1,500 gold, even more with spells. This is almost a 2,000 gold Lord, and he has 8% spell mastery, 25% power recharge, not better than Greater Arcane Conduit. If this Chaos Sorcerer Lord keeps cycle charging him, it's going to be rough, but there's the first spell. Could be really good for building up this passive. Gate of Tzeentch opens up on the Tzeentch map. It's going to be doing quite a bit of damage to these Exalted Plague Bearers. Probably not going to kill them though. These guys are quite tanky. And it looks like, yeah, they're going to be coming out of it without too many losses, so this passive still ain't building. Marauder Horsemen are here to try and counter these guys, but there is another Doom Knight of Tzeentch summon. I would expect them to do fairly well for themselves as they charge into those Chaos Knights. No armor piercing. You know, 33% is decent, but that anti-large means you just do 1,000,000 damage. And yeah, those Chaos Knights are definitely suffering. This might come down to the Doom Knights just hard carrying. It could, despite all these losses. Chaos Sorcerer Lord might even live, because an Overcast Rancid Visitation is already cast on these Doom Knights, and they are still participating, getting a little bit of their value back. So potentially we could just see them hard carrying, unless these Marauder Horsemen can get their axes into them. Still a little rough. Points are still very close though. I think what Nurgle really needs is a Lord's Knight. This Chaos Sorcerer Lord is still very vulnerable. He's surrounded by many infantry units, but infantry alone can't really hold too well. Alternatively, I guess a Doom Knight catch would be really good. In a prolonged fight with the Soul Grinder, it seems like they are slowly dying, especially with the Sorcerer Lord here. We do see a little bit of a Tzeentch's Firestorm dropping, but it actually kind of hits the Doom Knights. Yo, I swear, Winterwind is getting some of the worst RNG right now. Still kills the Doom Knights, but takes a lot of damage on the Doom Knights for it. But many of the Nurgle forces are off the battlefield now. It's basically just, yeah, opting to summon in Kaizek just for more single entity power. So single entity wise is doing fine, but just looking at the battlefield, there's not that much Nurgle overall. Doom Knight is at quarter HP, so they definitely can't fight this. And if we just see a fat dive in with these single entities and a Lord's Knight, that could spell complete doom. Looks like that's what Berserk is opting for, as the Furies catch the Doom Knights. These guys have magic attacks though, and the Furies don't have the best of stats. Furies die to Doom Knights really hard, especially because of that high armor. Oh my god, that's not the trade that he needed, as a lot of his units get caught up over here too. Gets a Fecundity though. Nice heals. Looks like the Doom Knights do get finished off, although they got the Furies down to half HP. If the Furies can kill off both Doom Knights though, I think he'll be happy that they're just gone, so that his Marauder Horseman can get some work in. And here comes the fight. So Fecundity healed up a ton. Festering Stooges are still alive, providing terror, regenerating, living their best life. But the Dragon Ogres come in. Rare Dragon Ogres have been spotted. Very expensive. You're looking at like 2,000 gold on these guys. And their Lightning Storm doesn't do very much, but they got really good stats and anti-large, and I think that's all he really wants. As the Furies do finish off the Doom Knights indeed. Horsemen get charged into Doggos. Doggos not very tanky. They don't like being charged by cavalry. And the Chaos Sorcerer Lord lives. Now, I think this is mostly going to come down to the Dragon Ogres. All these guys heal, so they don't really worry very much about taking this fight. If the Dragon Ogres go down without actually killing anything here, it's over. They're going to have to kill something like the Noxbringer if they really want to get work done. Seems like they're just not really doing too well. These Dragon Ogres, how much value do they have? They have 900 already. They haven't paid for themselves yet, though. And this Lord is getting suspiciously low while the Hell Cannon is starting to run out of ammunition. Good hit on the Horsemen, however. But they will stand to get one last volley over there. Big shot from the Noxbringer, too. Still has a lot of ammunition. I think it's all going to come down to the single entities here, right? If these guys manage to clear up these forces without dying, and they heal cap themselves, Nurgle's gonna be totally fine. But as it stands, it's certainly very sus. Chain Lightning not really doing much either. Kind of whiffing, just hitting one toad. Look at him, he's totally fine though, as he just hops on out of there. And this Lord hunt continues. Chaos Sorcerer Lords of Nurgle, they do not give up, man. With their regeneration, they can really just keep piling on the pressure for the entire fight. So even though there is a lot of Warriors of Chaos value, I don't know how I feel about them. There's a hit, shields go down. Kaizek looking a little rough though. He may die to the Summoners of Rage, or maybe just rout. Still, we'll have to see. Looks like they will rout him. That is actually quite good for them. Do they do fire damage? No. Lord survives too. Oh dang! All right. So looks like indeed. My chair. I gotta adjust my chair. Ugh. Looks like indeed. Summoners of Rage are cooking. Kaizek barely hanging on though. Fleshy Abundance drops too. If he doesn't rout, that'd be insane. Oh my gosh! The Kaizek no rout. He didn't hear no bell. Oh my gosh! No source of terror or anything. Kaizek just sticks around, and the Summoners of Rage do get dumpstered. Single entities all get healed with the Fleshy Abundance. Or, I don't know if that was Fecundity. I think Overcast is supposed to last longer. Regardless, Kaizek's looking good. This Noxbringer is also looking really good. He just has to make sure that he doesn't lose on points, and they can get the Lord Snipe. Hell Cannon's gonna get desummoned. But capture point number 1 for Nurgle is secured. Barely in time. These Marauders ended up being a bad call. Gets another spell cast. Not really getting a lot of value. Despite being able to chuck out a ton of spells, he really isn't getting that much value. As the opportunities to get big spells are not really opening up for themselves. And now over yonder, Hellstriders getting a little caught out. Or no, catching out some Horsemen, but then getting caught out by Furies. And it looks like indeed, yeah, Kaizek, wow. Man, between Kaizek, the Stooges, this Lord, and the Noxbringer, they've been sitting around and grinding for so long. Decides to summon some chosen great weapons, which is interesting. They certainly will be able to capture points quickly, but I don't know if they'll actually kill the Stooges very fast. These guys have so much HP, I don't know if they'll actually die. And now it's time for the Lord Snipe, yeah. So Lord has finally decided to push in. He's completely out of position, and the Chosen can't really help him. There's the Rancid Visitations upgraded. Forces of Nurgle don't need extra Winds of Magic to get some good spell casting. You can see this Sorcerer Lord has 18, almost 1900 value to this guy's 1700. Brutal. And he goes down. Brutality on the side of the Warriors of Chaos. The slow grind of Nurgle manages to pull through. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. As the Chosen do not have enough capture weight to outweigh 3 single entities. He's now stuck trying to recapture points with doggos, but that's gonna be a little while. Dang, yeah, Berserk's got it. He pulled through. I will say though, if Kaizek died to those Summoners of Rage, it'd be a completely different story. But just having not enough to really fight the single entities was a little bit rough. Weirdly enough, a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth might have been able to cook. But you never know. I don't think a lot of people are super comfortable just running a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth in their builds. This is usually why we see Archaon the Ever-Chosen, by the way. Oh, dang, barely not capturing it. That one's rough. But yeah, Archaon is a guy with fire damage. He can definitely solo a lot of these guys. Of course, he'd have to deal with rancid visitations, but... yeah, looks like that build discrepancy really working out here. I'll have to check the Hell Cannon value, too. It was friendly firing a lot. I think losing out on the Doom Knights early was what made him lose his anti-single entity potential. More important than the summoners of Rage or whatever, those Dragon Ogres, I feel like the Doom Knights were the ones that needed to kill these guys. And yeah, I don't know, I'll have to check the value on the Dragon Ogres. The moment they get surrounded, their leadership just really isn't that high. So the moment they get surrounded, it's kind of rough. Also, funny thing about Toads, they got really good armor piercing and bonus versus infantry value, so they actually kind of do well versus Chosen. Kind of sad to see. Chosen great weapons with the mighty 300 value versus Toads. Sad. Sadness for the elite units in this battle, and it looks like it's going to be a very safe double cap for the forces of Nurgle. Even if the Doom Knights do clear things off, I don't think they're killing the single entities fast enough to swing this capture point. And it will eventually come to the point where a single cap can win it. But we'll have to see. Nah, those oh, those were Marauders. Okay, wait, where are the Chosen? I thought they were Chosen. This whole time, I thought they were Chosen. No, they're just Marauders. Never mind, my bad. My bad, I'm going crazy. No wonder they lost to Toads. I thought the Toads were OP for a second there, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, here come the Doom Knights. Kaizak should be pretty good at trading into them though, right? Gets a pretty gnarly hit on one of them. And oh my goodness, big surround. And this is what I'm more used to when I bring in Doom Knights. Absolute massacre. Hey, maybe he can capture this middle point though. If he does, will it be soon enough? Looks like it will barely be soon enough if he does manage to capture this. But he will have to prevent any recaptures. Now, there's not that many units for Nurgle, but looks like he's going to tap out as it just doesn't really look like it was enough. So that means Berserk wins. And as you can see, value-wise, Hell Cannon did okay. But there wasn't a lot of army support, right? His Lord also, the War Shrine, he didn't really get that much more value than something like an Archaon would have. Though I will say 2,000 gold is still rather fun. But it doesn't really bring much to the single entity fight. Definitely needs a lot of protection. Summoners of Rage got actually pretty decent value. I think most of this... oh, he did have a Chosen with 400 value. Oh, never mind. Guess they got Wreckaroni'd. Yeah. Holy Noxbringer value. Dang, look at that Noxbringer. I think he put a lot of effort trying to kill the Noxbringer, trying to kill Kaizak, trying to kill his Lord. But all that spread damage didn't really amount to anything. Did he have anything to really execute? Yeah, not really. Dang, nice matchup. I think it could have been anyone's game. But now we head on into the finals. And it's going to be Berserk versus Pizu as Serika gets taken out. Are we going to see more Nurgle action? That'd be pretty spice. I'd love to see him win with Nurgle. That'd be crazy. What Warriors of Chaos build would you take versus that Nurgle build? 4 skirmishers. Just accept the fact that the Noxbringer is going to shoot at your skirmishers and just say, I don't care. And then skirmish him to death. Because he really didn't have a lot of anti-skirmish there in that Nurgle build. And then you need some sort of entity killing power. I might need Archaon plus something big in hindsight. Because Archaon alone probably wouldn't be able to fight all that. Even with his fire damage. So it'd probably be like Archaon. It could be Archaon supported by a bunch of Doom Knights. Maybe, maybe. Yeah, that wasn't the finals. Now we're going into the finals. Winter Wind is out. He memed too close to the sun. I wonder how it would have... Oh, gotta do some admin. Yeah, I wonder how it would have played out. All right. So... yeah, I wonder what Warriors of Chaos is supposed to do. I'm pretty sure with Archaon and a bit of anti-large support, it's fine, though. Especially when you have a million skirmishers to potentially pick off the Noxbringer. It should not be impossible to do that. Yeah, Winterwind has a very interesting playstyle. I don't think we have a lot of people that champion Tzeentch Demons of Chaos and Warriors of Chaos. Berserk is more the coronate side of things. Winterwind likes the Demons of Chaos. Very interesting to see. Mutilith Vortex Beast versus Nurgle. Actually not the worst for since they don't have a lot of ranged. It's not the best fighter, but you don't really need the best fighter. I think if you just have a fighter, you'll get enough. But let's take a look at this. So it's Pizu versus Berserk. Oh boy, RTK versus VM. Many an RTK has fallen, but Pizu has risen to the challenge. Berserk is forever Coronate Warrior to me. Seems like he's also enjoying Nurgle. He likes his melee grindy boys. So what are we gonna see? What will it be? I don't think they've picked factions yet. Not quite yet. I would love to see Berserk play some Khorne, but maybe they're just trying to branch out right now. Pizu I'm kind of less familiar with. Let me see what Pizu's playing in SFTs. From Pizu. In SFT declaration. Dark Elves, Slanesh, High Elves. Elf Enjoyer over here. High Elves, Slanesh, Kislev, Tomb Kings, Dark Elves, Betonia, Dark Elves. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he falls more in line with the factions that like Meecharks and Danakan plays. Alright. Easy to remember. Makes sense. He's in RTK. And from what I can tell, Charx is teaching them. He's teaching them in the darkness. So I would expect a kite. It's going to be a kite versus a melee, which is very interesting. Two very polar opposites in terms of play styles. Now, how will Berserk try to deal with the kite is the big answer. It's going to bring full anti-kite. Is it just going to tank it? Is it going to play Tzeentch versus Warriors of Chaos? Okay. All right, new prediction, new prediction. I think Pizu, if Pizu likes playing High Elves and Dark Elves, as Warriors of Chaos, I think we're going to see Horsemen and the Doom Knights. I think Horseman, Doom Knight is very likely here. Berserk is obviously going to run Doom Knights. But then what? But then what? I think Berserk's gonna run Doom Knights and then What else does each run? Do you run the Exalted Heroes here? I feel like they just don't really have any targets. The Tzeentch skirmishers are really expensive too compared to the Warriors of Chaos skirmishers. You can try to win a skirmish fight with blue fire. I think the Soul Grinder will result in bad things happening for Berserk. I don't think a Soul Grinder does it. Just got back from running 2 miles. Yeah, we're still streaming. Watching the grand finals now. I guess the Exalted Heroes are not bad though, right? They're just kind of a guy that you can just always run and you'll probably be fine with them. They do way worse against like gunpowder shooting, but Chaos obviously doesn't have that. Interesting. Air Force Changebringers. It's true, Changebringers, Warriors of Chaos are really bad at dominating the sky. If Pizu was really worried about it, he could bring a reserve Pavane caster. So one strat you can do that I don't see a lot of people going for is you bring 2 casters in reserve that hard counter different playstyles, and you just summon the one that you need for the situation. That way you don't waste any monies, but you still lose out on your reinforcements. We could see, I don't know. I don't know, man. This is very interesting. Screechers? A lot of people have been running Screechers recently. Or Screamers of Tzeentch. Did they even get buffed? I don't even think they got buffed. People just running them because they're anti-large. The Regiment of Renowned one seems okay though. It seems not bad. Jeez, alright. Let's see. Oh crap, I should not be clicking army setup. What am I doing? Did I accidentally flash the builds? If I did, I'm so sorry. I think it's almost ready though. Whoopsie daisies. Low stakes tournament. Thankfully I don't host any high stakes tournament. But professionalism. What am I doing? I'm throwing today. Do they even scream if you zoom in? They do. They got a little echolocation thingamabob. Yeah. They're pretty good versus heavy cavalry, which has seen a bit of a resurgence in today's meta. Berserk was running the OG Tzeentch Shrine shenanigans when it was actually busted. Ah, hell yeah. Timely as always. Last game of the tournament. Happy to have you here. Interesting. So, what we're looking at? Offer a $5 Canadian Tim Hortons gift card to the winner. You know, I used to do Steam gift cards, but it was just so much overhead. And then there were the cheaters. Turret seems to have it handled. Hosting the grand finals. I really do appreciate him for that. Village could cook here? I don't think so. I think you need to bring something for the single entity fight. The chariots are just way too prevalent. Interesting thing about Tzeentch, by the way, so they could just run multiple chariot dudes and the Doom Knights, whereas Warriors of Chaos can only run 2 chariots and 2 Doom Knights. And then no Hellstriders either. You gotta figure out how to not just be a lesser Zinch. Could try to make it up by playstyle though. So yes, Turin is the top lad. Applebee's gift cards. Yo, I would totally super try hard for an Applebee's gift card. Frame it. It'd be so jokes. Go to my future kids, be like, this is when your dad won the great tournament of 2025. Hosted by old man Turin. He used to be young man Turin. They'll be like, you mean the guy on YouTube that you watch? That keeps saying Haggard? And draws things that should not be seen on on stream? Yes, that one. This gift card will be yours one day, son. Dad, what is Applebee's? Oh my god. Yo, are these guys gonna... Oh, they're ready. Okay, here we go. And it begins. And it begins. Alright, let's see this. What are we looking at? Flamers! Whoa! Flamers? Dang, man after our hearts. Okay. Against, wow. Triple Doom Knight. 1 Slaneshi Cav. Alright, so I would say the Doom Knight build wins by a long shot. That is a mega cav advantage against an army of mostly ranged, right? Holy crap. Final Transmutation? Indeed. Rocket of Inevitability. Okay, so this... This army, I'm not gonna lie, this is more Zinch than the actual Zinch army. Like, the Zinch army is more Warriors of Chaos with these guys. And the Horsemen, right? The only Zinch we got here is the Changeling with the Green Knight summon. He's gonna get Final Transmuted. Okay. Pizu wins if he just rushes this at the beginning of the game. This is gonna be a fast game. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I guess maybe he was thinking that Pizu would go for the Horse Kite Skirmish. Because this would legitimately be quite good against a Skirmisher build. The Flamethrowers can do a lot of warding. Then the Green Knight would be pretty difficult to take out. But now he's dead. Oh, I see. Okay, so we... Flamer stacking now. Wow, okay, this is an old school strat. You stack them on top of the halberds, keep them safe. Here's the thing, Final Transmutation will take out half their HP. So, I'm still not extraordinarily confident, but these guys are glass cannons. I don't think they can just YOLO onto the Chaos Warriors. These Horsemen, though, will definitely be having a hard time catching much. Because they'll be counter-skirmished and charged by Hellstriders. Sartorial's coming on in. You don't want to overextend with the Flamers either. You don't want to overextend with them. A little bit of a dodge on the Doom Knights. Okay. Green Knight, by the way, is super vulnerable. I would just transform back into the Changeling, man. I'd be terrified. You're looking at the Green Knight against a million Doom Knights? Okay, now you gotta not take that many hits with the Flamethrowers. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything, man. Big misplay. Eats Flamethrowers without actually going for the charge. But if he gets there eventually, it should be good enough. Oh my god, dude, what are you doing? Okay, looks like he wants to catch the Skirmishers. So we were a little blind there. My bad, my bad. Okay, maneuvering to catch Skirmishers is not bad. Someone's in some Zongors. He can't really do too much. Doom Knights are fast, by the way, at 95 speed. So he can't actually catch the Skirmishers fairly well. And here comes a big fight. Now, can the Flamers survive? Although the early game was certainly very well played, in the end, 3 Doom Knights is still 3 Doom Knights, right? Summons in a unit of Horse Masters, gets the Final Transmutation on the Green Knight. He casts it on the Green Knight. If he transforms, it will get rid of the Final Transmutation. I think. I'm pretty sure if he transforms right now, it gets rid of the Final Transmutation. Because it removes spells that are cast on you. But it looks like he wants to stay as the Green Knight. No Changeling transformation, as I guess Changeling is also pretty squishy. Whiffs on the Searing Doom. Gets a big charge with Sartorial. Sartorial should dumpster the Green Knight Changeling here. And most of the Flamers are still alive. This one, though, getting way out of position. That one's dead. This one should be crumbling soon, and that's his big play kind of out of the question now. Green Knight is at a 3rd HP, so one more final transmutation, and he's probably dead. The Flamers are just barely able to get a little bit more working before they die. They have about paid for themselves, so in the end, it's not the end of the world here, because they got Warriors of Chaos to play on his half of the battlefield. But losing them, right, he still needs a lot more here to really get work done, right? Just a couple more out of Horsemen. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll get a late game with Hellstrider resummons. It's gonna be real sus when you have the Changeling here just kind of getting massacred. If he dies to a final transmutation, I don't know if he'll be easily resummoned. I think that's a big issue. Though definitely trading is still very close. Flamers of Tzeentch are going down. Looks like the skirmishing advantage is in the favor of Berserk. It is in the favor of Berserk. If these Doom Knights don't play perfectly, they will likely get shot to death. It looks like we do actually have a match. He just has to kind of mitigate the value that Sartorial can get. Ooh, and the Chaos Knight Lance gets summoned. He could summon in some Centaurs though, which would be very brutal here. Just deciding to charge the Changeling, getting a little bit of work on him. He does heal in that tiny patch of trees. He's pretty comfortable there, that is, until a final transmutation comes in. If he hasn't been spamming a lot of Searing Dooms, which I don't think he has, he should be able to get some pretty good transmutation, but... Oh! Piercing Bolts! I mean, Searing Doom! Lots of work, but a pretty good dodge. Both these players playing very well. Some very good micro on both sides. Dang, Flamer's still alive, but Green Knight's just gonna die here now, right? Knights of Immolation charge in the middle. Rock of Inevitability. He's looking at 24 melee defense. He's gone. And it's going to be a Chaos Knight Lances instead of Centaurs. Not a bad unit, but not exactly perfect for this situation either, as they are a little bit lumbering. Centaurs, I feel like, have more possibility of getting more work done. These are more of a safe tool when you're ahead, but I think Tzeentch is actually slightly behind right now. As the Flamers of Tzeentch finally go down with the Lord Loss penalty. Indeed they do. But they managed to bait out 2 Horsemen while doing it. Actually a pretty nice trade for Berserk over here. But Pizu making use of that out of position Chaos Knight to pick off a unit of Zongors. In fact, these guys even stabilized. That's surprising. I thought they were routing for sure. And now it's looking very bad, as it should just be trades from here on out, right? All Pizu has to do is trade with his units, but he has a whole Sartorial over everything, so it's going to be very hard to actually uptrade unless we see a non-melee unit. Probably I don't think any melee units here can uptrade, unless like a Centaur we can really get some work in. Maybe some magic. Okay, very good final transmutation. He uses the Skull of Catan. All right, you know what? That might actually be a big play. Doesn't cast it on Sartorial, though, so he doesn't take too much heat. Gets a nice Tzeentch bolt on him, but I think it's not enough. I think there was, even though that was just an amazing play, I don't think it's enough, because there's not a lot of money left in the bank, and Sartorial still lives. He's going to have to get a lot of work done with these Chaos Knights. I guess there's a lot of time here, certainly. These guys come back from terror out. Oh, okay. All right. Maybe they kill Sartorial here. Sartorial getting full surrounded. Cast a Searing Doom. Piercing Bolts, I mean. Nope, Searing Doom. Searing Doom on top of himself to clear that up. So they do get routed. But we're looking at a very beat up Sartorial now. And that's the play that he needed to make to potentially come back here. If he can get maybe another final transmutation, or at least a threat of one to keep Sartorial away, he could make some big comebacks. Overall, Warriors of Chaos have more units, so they should be able to capture more points. But that could very well be it, because man, those Doom Knights are just gone, right? Honestly, very surprised we don't see more Doom Knights coming in from Berserk. Those Doom Knights are very powerful. Opting for the Chaos Knights instead. Very nice Searing Doom. Not too much damage on the Forsaken though. And we are seeing another trade. And in this case, trades are not as bad. Sartorial does overcast for that final transmutation though. Gets a lot of damage on that Chaos Sorcerer Lord. He does manage to get out of that final transmutation. It's not a sticky spell. But definitely going to be helping win that cavalry engagement. So now it's going to come down to summons, right? Cavalry's down. But if he kills Sartorial, it could come back here. Gets the bolt, okay. Gets a charge with the caster. More importantly, a Marauder Horseman barrage, and it looks like Sartorial is gonna die. Holy crap, from 100% HP to basically dead so fast. He's gonna go out in a blaze of glory, trying to get a little bit of damage here on these Marauder Horsemen. He is technically still alive despite the Plague of Rust. Going for that fight. Oh my gosh, Sartorial did not hear no bell. But he's gonna die anyways. It's only gonna take one hit. Terror outs the Chaos Sorcerer. Gets the Rock of Inevitability. Hits him in the back. And Sartorial lives with 141 HP. Dang. Enemy routing gives you 5 leadership. So as soon as he gets out of range, Sartorial will actually almost be in crumbling, but his flanks are secure. One Fury summon though could get him out of the battlefield. But in the chaos, it looks like most of the skirmishers are caught, and Sartorial, blink and you'll miss it. His leadership gets below 0 and he crumbles. But man, did he get a lot of value before getting taken out. But here's the thing, Caster's here. And there was a Chaos Troll summon. Ill-timed, man. Ill-timed. They're gonna get routed off. If he chases them off with the Furies, that's a 750 gold power grab. Going for the Forsaken instead with the Plague of Rust and a rear charge, they're gone. So we're looking at what? 2 Forsaken? 3 Forsaken versus 2 Horsemen, a Fury, and a Caster. Money-wise, Berserk has more money. This could actually go either way as another unit gets picked off. What a scrap. I thought this was going to be a real simple game, but this actually became a hella scrap. The Chaos Trolls do rally. Potentially they'll be able to get more work done, but without a Lord, it's a little sus. Wizard comes back, cackles at the fact that Sartorial has now crumbled. But he still has to kill a lot of Forsaken. There's certainly a lot here. And we don't really know how fast the Marauder Horseman can actually get that job done. This Forsaken can capture this point, though mayhaps a Skirmisher summon could deal with them. Opting for a Zongor instead, surprising. Though they are relatively fast. Faster than most infantry at 42 speed. But will the Skirmishers be enough? We know the fire damage is really bad versus Trolls. I think the Trolls... very sketchy play against Tzeentch. Everything here has fire attacks. So I don't really see how the Trolls do well here outside of the Armored Knights. Capture point gets taken as Warriors of Chaos reconsolidates their forces. It's certainly looking a little sus. But what's going to be summoned in? Looks like a Skirmisher gets brought in. And this is a high potential unit. They can get a lot of value here if controlled well. Looking to rout off one of these Marauder Horsemen. But they got to be super careful, right? If these Furies cancel them out and they just get traded, it could just be an insta loss of this Marauder Horseman. Decides to go for the melee fight, gets Plague of Rusted, and they get deleted off the battlefield to rout off a single low HP Marauder Horseman. Now they do bait out a little bit of a charge from the Forsaken, but that was not the best trade in the world. That was a full HP Marauder Horseman, and these guys are probably going to be sticking around. So honestly, pretty brutal. If they rally, it'll be a little bit better. But maybe Bizu fancies that he doesn't really need the super good trades. He does have a Hellstrider, remember, and the Hellstriders delete Horsemen like no one's business. It does allow him to recapture a point. Searing Doom going to be routing off them Trolls. Man, those Trolls really are not cooking. Or maybe they are cooking. You know what? Yeah, never mind, my bad. Getting cooked by the Flamers of Tzeentch that are summoned back in. Berserk fancying himself in the advantage for mobility, but a risky play indeed. Hellstriders are gonna be a very big threat against these guys, and if he doesn't have something to deal with them, they're just gonna get charged. Opting to stand their ground and shoot, not a terrible idea, but those Hellstriders diving on in. Doing pretty well. They got the Soul Hunter, so the leadership's not bad. If they can stick with it, it'd be great. But the shock damage is too much and the Hellstriders get routed. Holy crap. Missiles his own units though. The friendly fire with Tzeentch is through the roof here, but looks like Pizu in the late game just not really getting those engagements that he wants. Hellstriders a dunzo. Gone. Blasted off the battlefield. And now we're seeing a little bit of that panic setting on in here. Trying to go for the capture point because clock's ticking. His Hellstriders rally, but yeah, just without the Lord leadership. Man, are they suffering. Lord dead, -10 leadership. They have the same amount of leadership as Ogres. So it only takes a little bit of shock damage to rout them off. And a Chaos Knight of Tzeentch is in. And he opts for another Troll Summon. He opts for another Troll Summon against literally mass fire damage. Holy crap. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe they kill the Chaos Knights. I'm a little bit skeptical. This is not the best for Trolls, as this one gets routed off immediately. Third routs the charm. They're gone. And he's going to have to deal with Chaos Knights. Now, I don't have to tell you that 11 leadership is not very much before you even see combat, but that's kind of low. 5 leadership for a second there, but they get the charge, which gives them +15. They're not hit by fire yet. But the Forsaken are roasted toasted. You know what? Pretty good charge. I'll give them that. Catches a bunch of Chaos Knights. But it's gonna be a very rough time actually pushing Tzeentch off at this point. He does get a charge on the Knights with Marauder Horsemen, but they don't got AP. These guys got 120 armor. They're still pretty fresh. So they just annihilate over there, routing off those Marauder Horsemen. Trolls are surprisingly still alive. I don't know how they're sticking with it, but they got fire weakness times 10,000, -30%. Another catch on the Flamers, but it's not enough. And Tzeentch wins. Tzeentch wins with the Flamers. Now, I think a lot of that came down to a few misplays from the Warriors of Chaos player here. I think they definitely had the build, but that early Flamer play and just putting him in a really awkward position was his out for victory. Putting the Flamers into the Halberds, standing their ground and just getting early shots on these Doom Knights instead of fleeing did Berserk wonders. Very interesting to see that he did not field any Doom Knights of his own. Felt like they could have done well, but seemed like he did perfectly fine without them. I guess his counter to Doom Knights were Flamers of all things. And then that late game final transmutation cooking sartorial, absolutely beautiful. Love to see me these glorious scraps. Congratulations, Berserk. Congrats on the win. Exclamation mark GG's. And there you go. That's gonna be it for me today. How do you counter Doom Knights? I would just take Doom Knights of your own. Don't bring Furies though. Don't bring Furies. Single entities can also do really well. Anyways, I'm out for today. I need to get some food. I hope you guys had a wonderful day watching some sick Warhammer play. And I'll be here tomorrow, sweat lording it. Because absolutely, I kind of need that. I kind of need to, yeah, I kind of need to get a win. I've been itching for the win, guys. All right, I need to not go 2-2 when I'm tryharding. That's real embarrassing. 0-0 confirmed tomorrow, please. So yeah. SFT tomorrow. I think I'll do one more of these tournaments and then I'll go for the SFT. But I want to get a win with this format first. Anyways, who can we raid? Dude, I'm so hungry right now. I might just end the stream. Don't really recognize anyone. Yeah, I'm just going to end the stream. Peace out. And thank you very much for all the donations today. Carav there with the 20 bucks too, holy crap. And of course, all of our members. Thank you for watching. Ah, hell yeah. Thank you for watching, everybody. And thank you to our members, Clint, Terry Tarkleby, Pops, Miss New Booty, Calculandia, Charlie, and Benjo. Oh, yo, this end screen is sick, dude. I kind of like this end screen. Oh my gosh, dude, that's a sick end screen.